Jo, ja, hallo, and welcome to this wonderful new day. It is time. We're back. Set 15 is here. World Championship is over. Man, those worlds took long, man. Holy moly. Hello. Wait, let me actually do one. I just noticed one small setting change. Give me a sec. That duck is not bouncing enough. Okay. Okay, how about... Okay, this looks a bit better. Okay. It's a little bit better. Might have to adjust some settings, but yeah. Oogie doogie. Well, first of all, Baum, thank you for the sub and the 48 months. Imagine not supporting the duck. Thank you, thank you. And Toguras, thank you for the sub and the 66 months. Still cheering for the best duck in the world. Thank you so much. Okay, let me just explain really short what the plan is for today's stream. I will be showing some games, but not all of them. I want to show like 3 good games overall and go over them. And then the rest of the time I probably want to talk about, like, in general, like set mechanics, answer questions and stuff like this. And then the bulk of the games are gonna be on Monday and Tuesday. Or actually Monday is gonna be the bulk of the playtest games that I can show off. So yeah, so for today it's like I'm gonna show like 3, maybe 4 games. Then we talk about, or like I'm gonna be answering questions about the set and stuff like that. And then yeah, starting tomorrow, it's normal stream schedule again. And yeah, I did play a bunch on the playtest, so I do have a lot of recordings to show. PBE, we have to wait until Tuesday evening. So yeah. Okay. I think let's actually just go right into the first game, which is actually already a banger. You can ask questions. I will try my best to answer them throughout. So we're going to be starting with this. If the background music is too loud or too quiet for the like, this is a recording, this is not live. If the background music is too loud or too quiet, you're gonna have to tell me. It's a little bit harder for me to judge when doing a recording. And Zalazaria, thank you for the sub and the 68 months. The duck is back. Yes, I'm officially back. We have a normal stream schedule again. Okie dokie. Then let me just check one thing. Okay, I think we should be fine. That means I'm gonna be starting the first game. This is my 3rd game I played on the playtest. Hope you enjoy. Let's go. So this is a recording from the playtest. First encounter is triple gold Yasu. Yeah, initial starting encounter looks kind of nice. Everything has like this tournament arc. Anime tournament arc is like the theme for this set. The PvE minions are like Thresh minions or something like that. It's kind of cute overall, I would say, the art style. Yeah, so I'm probably still going to be reading a lot of the abilities. This was like the 3rd game I've played of set 15. But it was a really fun game, so I wanted to show it. So yeah, this is the set mechanic in case you guys haven't seen. It's called the Power Snacks. It's like a tiny anomaly in a way. So you get like, I just call them devil fruits. You get like the devil fruit, you put it on a champion, and then you can select like 3 powers for the champion. They're like semi-tailored, so every single champion has their sort of like own potential selection. And there's like you can sell units, you can remove the power-ups. It's a very, very flexible system, so it will reward creativity for sure. Yeah, for the art style, I did mention this in my first impressions video. The champions have a thicker outline now. So Riot did try, like, very minor, but there's like a little bit of a cell shading effect going on. So visually this set will look a bit different compared to the previous sets, but not in a bad way. I actually don't mind the thicker outlines. But yeah, some people will like the visuals, some people won't. It's something you get used to very fast. But yeah, it's intended to look more anime. So some obviously there's going to be some new augments. Some of them are going to be the good old ones. What do I actually go for here? Do I go for moguls because I have frontliners? I might. I'm not sure. I don't fully remember it. Oh, am I doing Gnar? Oh, yeah, right. So Gnar has like a thing where he attacks faster if his target drops lower. So I think the idea here was to give him Gambler's Blade because he's really good at stacking. Okay, here, Double Strike, Shadow Clone, and Head Trick. I took the Double Strike, which is like a Blade Master effect from previous sets. So it's a 25% chance for a bonus auto attack. So the idea here was Gnar is like kind of a pure auto attacker. So I wanted to give him, and he has like a lot of attack speed steroids in his kit. So I wanted to use this to stack some gold with the Gambler's Blade. TFT mobile looks the same. I mean, the art style is just going to be for this set. If you don't like the art style, the next set will be normal, I'm pretty sure. Like, some of the system changes will be permanent. I will get to that in a bit. But the art style is definitely temporary. That's going to be a set 15 exclusive. PBE, like always, is Tuesday evening. This is a recording. How was the break? Uneventful. It was very, very hot. So I don't know if I could have streamed that much during the heat wave, but I definitely wouldn't have liked it. But yeah, I also, because it was so hot in my break was not very productive. So yeah, it is what it is. So yeah. Okay, so I did mention this in my first impressions video as well, but I think one of the most important system changes is the changes to mana and the changes to archetypes. So in the past, like when you see on the right side, you see like attack marksman on Gnar. In the past, when you hovered that, it just showed you recommended items. But now these archetypes actually have a function, which is like, I think attack marksman gets what did they get? Was it like 10? Was it Omnivamp? No, they don't get Omnivamp. Was it damage amp? No, I think he got the. I'm not sure. I have to check what each archetype does. I would say like a big change is only the archetype tank gets mana from damage taken. That's a pretty important change, because in the past I did stuff like powder keg, you know, like spectral powder, and then center in the enemy team, and she would gain a lot of mana from damage taken. That doesn't work anymore. Like a lot of these, like send a caster into the backline with a spectral cutlass. That's kind of dead now, I think. Because you're just not getting any mana from damage taken is a pretty big blow for the non-tanks. And yeah, so all the tier items now give mana regen. That's a pretty big change. There's no more starting mana. And there's like Protector's Vow that has sort of like as an effect to give you starting mana. But pretty much every other tier item in the game has their starting mana replaced by mana regen. But yeah. And obviously there's a lot more system changes. So yeah, like these archetypes, they give you like, so casters have like 7 mana per attack with 2 mana regen. I think the marksman was like just 10 mana per auto attack. The fighters have like 10% omnivamp plus 10 mana per auto attack. So it's like pretty much these archetypes will influence a little bit how you play your carries and stuff. Show us the fortune trait. I will, but probably tomorrow. But yeah, these are like the mana changes are pretty impactful, I would say. You can definitely the moment you play, you will immediately notice how different everything feels in terms of mana. PvE, like always, guys, for 15 sets, it's the same time. It's Tuesday evening for Europe. It's Tuesday, kind of like afternoon for NA, and it's like Wednesday super morning for Southeast Asia. Has been the same for 15 sets. What do I think about the change of the prismatic traits? So I did mention I like it. This is partly because the whole thing with the trainer golem is like, oh, it's the trainer golem encounter. Oh, I wonder who got street demon, you know, I wonder if that guy's gonna find a spatula. It's really frustrating. I really disliked trainer golem for those reasons. It was kind of like I didn't like the old prismatic. So it felt cheap, especially with the dummies, like only needing level 9 and like 1 spatula. And for me, that was always very stupid. What I like about the new system is, so I do think the new system is much more difficult. Like, I haven't remotely gotten close to a prismatic trait in the playtest. But what I do like is that it's easier to balance. Because, like, okay, so let's take Star Guardians, okay? If you max out Star Guardians, then the quest starts and it tells you that your Star Guardians have to spend 20,000 mana, which is like a ludicrous number. It's almost impossible. The cool thing about like having emblems is you can start the quest earlier, which gives you a more likely chance to succeed. So that's good. But overall, it was like, if the number is too difficult, then Riot can bring it down. They can be like, hey, you only need 15,000 mana. And the opposite is also true. If it's too easy, like let's say the Star Guardian quest was like, spend 10,000 mana. It's like, hey, this is too easy. I can almost guarantee this. Then Riot has like a lever. Because if you think about it, the old system didn't allow for a lever. It was like having the emblems or not having the emblems. And then people expected the prismatics to be strong. So if they were too weak, the casuals would complain. But if they were too strong, the competitive side would complain. And that was like a lose-lose situation if you think about it. So overall, I would say I like the system. I think the new prismatic system is interesting. I think it's going to be healthier for the game overall. And I think Trainer Golem is going to be more fun to play as a consequence. Because Trainer Golem is going to be a lot less about rushing level 9, reaching prismatic immediately, and then just like the game devolving into a really unfun state. Monster Trainer, yeah, so Lulu is currently in my shop on the bottom right. The way she works is that you can freely choose between 3 different threats. So you can do Ramos for frontline. I think Kog'Maw was like an AP auto attacker, and Smolder was like an AD auto attacker. So pretty much like you can choose what kind of threat you want to play, and obviously you get rewarded for having Monster Trainer really early, and then gaining a lot of XP to get like to make the threat stronger. From what I've seen, like a lot of people went for Ramos 3-star, which honestly felt pretty good. Like very similar to the Ramos we had in set 8. But you do have to like play Monster Trainer kind of from the start. It's a very it's a scaling trait where the more you play it, the more you get rewarded for playing it. I haven't played it that much, so I don't actually have a proper recording. I will be playing against it from time to time. But yeah. Oh yeah, Titans has an interesting... so there's a small little bug here. Oh wait, I think I was supposed to do something. I'll do it for next... Wait, actually, no, maybe I can do this now. One sec. I think I was... like, there was a bug that reminded me of something. One sec. It's this one here, right? Yeah. Okay, let's just... put in like a Riot work in progress logo here, because there was a bug with the wrestler trait where they bounced really high and that caused the Caitlyn ult to look really weird. So yeah, everything here is still a work in progress. And that wrestler nerf, that wrestler bug was a bit more like visually noticeable. Yes, I have a really good Echo game. I don't know if I'm gonna show it today. I'm probably gonna show the Echo game tomorrow, but I have a really, really fun Echo game. Yeah, so speaking of Titans, so Titans Resolve got changed a bit. If you are full stack, you will gain CC immunity, which is honestly pretty useful. So yeah, Titans definitely will see play. Now Ramos is just full tank, I think. I don't think Ramos was intended. Like, I mean, I've met a Ramos 3 that dealt a lot of damage, but I'm pretty sure he was still full tank. Am I excited for set 15? Yes, a lot more than for set 14. Are there new ducks for set 15? Well, I have one duck finished, you know, this one here. This is this is the gacha trait, the crystal duck. So yeah, this is one duck is finished so far. We haven't managed to get more than those. I've not hit Mondo Hero Augment, but I did play against it. It looked really fun. Will I use the duck a lot? Yes, it's pretty much a Heartsteel duck. Crystal is incredibly similar to Heartsteel. I will explain it in a bit more detail when I play the trait. Okay, I haven't actually talked that much about the game right here. So I opened with Shimmer, I reforged it into a Mana Zane. Mana Zane is a really cool item in this set, so I was definitely happy about that. To explain some of the traits that I'm running, Heavyweight is just Bruiser. Which means that everybody who's a heavyweight is just gets bonus HP and AD. What's kind of interesting about heavyweights is that they actually have a proper carry with Darius. So Darius has like his, you know, permadunk ability, and he's a bruiser, like a heavyweight. So that was unusual for because usually Darius was more like a juggernaut type champion. So yeah, here we see the set mechanic again. I got a second power snacks, but I didn't like my options, so I reset it. And now I get Socialite, Attack Expert, and not done yet. I didn't really like any of these options either. Socialite would have been fine here. Do I even take it? I'm not sure if I take it here. I don't think I did have a Socialite game, but this was not it. I think I'm just gonna reset this again. Have I seen 10 Crystal Gambit during the playtest? No. I think you need a specific Crystal Gambit cash out that gives you the emblems. Probably like a really high cash out, like 900 points or something. It's like kind of similar to Fortune. There used to be a Fortune cash out. I think it was in the set Revival, right? I'm not sure. No, wait, it was set 11, I think. There was a Fortune cash out that gave you like 4 emblems, I think, and that allowed you to get like the 10 piece for the tree. I'm pretty sure 10 Crystal has something similar. No Artifactory or what the Forge just said. Yeah, I asked. They pretty much confirmed this is never coming back. What the Forge or Artifactory will never come back. They don't like giving players artifacts, I'm afraid. What is my favorite unit of the set so far? Let me think a bit. I mean, Zac Hero is pretty amazing. I did enjoy Zac Hero a lot. He was really funny. Yeah, is the set 15 loot trait good? It's okay-ish, I would say. If you want the really big cash outs, you need emblem plus legendary unit, which is not that easy. So it's kind of like, I would say for the most part, it's like a 3-piece or a 7-piece. Because the 5-piece is a bit weird. The 5-piece is not that strong in my opinion. The 5, like the way Wright explained it is like the 5-piece is it's like you still play loose streak, but you min-max, kind of like so like the bad players will only play 3 crystal and just be happy with the loose streak, and then the good players will try to do like 5 crystal and also get some bonus loot. It's kind of weird because like the 5 crystal, it doesn't give you more points than 3 crystal. It's like a separate loot mechanic between 3 and 5. Who's the protagonist of Isekai? It's Echo. So there's a legendary unit. Like Echo is a legendary unit in a set. He can only be accessed by a prismatic augment. And he has a pretty fun ability. Is Zac here like set 10 or set 14 Zac? He's pretty different. I mean, the way Zac Hero works is that he like bounces around the board. He completely changes. Like I think he becomes like CC immune, he balloons up, and then he just sort of like crashes down. He like bumps around the board, dealing a lot of AoE damage. It's really fun. It's a very creative take on Zac. I definitely, I thought it was really, it was really well done. Okay, now we get to the core, which is Mr. Varus. So let me. Okay, so here I removed the snacks from Caitlyn, and I decided to go with the Varus specific power, which is called the Doom Barrage. This one can only, this one is like Varus exclusive. And the way it works is that when Varus ults, he drains his mana because like the arrows he shoots make him lose mana. And then when he's at 0, he starts auto-attacking again. And so this is why his arrows costs less mana with the power. But what I actually found here was a really fun interaction, which is when he casts, he triggers Mana Zane. So what's happening on the board is that Varus is shooting arrows, which drain his mana, but Mana Zane is filling it back up. And this results in, like, instead of him firing just a few arrows, it results in him firing so many arrows that pretty much the entire enemy board dies. So that was a really, really cool interaction, the Mana Zane Varus. I would go as far as to say Mana Zane is the best artifact for Varus. Or Varus is the best Mana Zane user, let's say it like that. Here I'm usually, I think it's pretty common to have 1 power snacks in the front and 1 in the back. So you want to have like your main tank wants to have a power snacks, and then your main carry wants to have a power snacks. There will be some comms that play this a bit differently, but I think on average it's a good. On average, this is probably how it is. He's still ulting. So yeah, Varus also has a really fun passive, which is when an enemy dies, he gains mana, and when an ally dies, he gains mana. But I think he gains more mana when an enemy dies. So the way Varus is kind of like intended is he kills people, which grants him, oh yeah, it's 5 for enemies, 3 for allies. So the way his ability is intended is he kills people with his arrows, which causes him to gain mana back, and then he can shoot more arrows. But because I have Mana Zane and his Doom Barrage power up, I kind of pushed his like ability to 9000. So a normal Varus is not gonna look as crazy as what you're seeing here. And why did I go for Giant Slayer and not Deathblade? So Giant Slayer is kind of different now. It's kind of interesting. I don't think it's a very good Varus item because Varus, his arrows are random. But if you have a front to back unit like Jhin, so the way Giant Slayer works is you can actually slam it in stage 2 now. Because Giant Slayer gives you a damage amp against tanks. So in the past, Giant Slayer was like, oh, they need to have like 1650 HP, and if they're above that, they take more damage. And this is gone. Now it's like, oh, Malphite is a tank, Giant Slayer is gonna deal more damage. Oh, Shen is a tank, Giant Slayer is gonna deal more damage. So this is kind of how it works now with Giant Slayer. So it's actually a much, much better item to slam in the early game. But yeah, I don't think it's that great of an item on Varus though, because his ability is random. And since it's random, he kind of bypasses the front line anyway. How does the new tank thing work with aggro? I can show this in a different game, but effectively there's two archetypes that work with aggro. One is the tank archetype, which is more likely to take aggro. And then I think there's like an assassin archetype that is less likely to take aggro. The way you can imagine this is that it resolves tiebreakers. So it's like, it's much, much harder to snipe specific units because especially like, it pretty much just means you can put assassins in the first row. As long as there's like a tank next to the assassin is not gonna get focused first. So the whole thing about like awkwardly putting your squishy assassins into the second or third row, you don't have to do that anymore. You can just put them in the first row next to a tank and they're still fine. Wo ist eine TFT-Liste? Was für eine TFT-Liste? Meinst du Meta? Weil ich habe gerade kein Meta-Sheet. Yeah, this Varus is pretty crazy because he's gaining mana from Mana Zane and from units dying on the board. And it just gives him so much mana that he just never stops ulting. What's the new stat besides AD? Okay, so when you hover over a unit, the stats are a bit different now. So you know how in the past AD and AP always started at 100? You know? It was always a bit weird because like every unit started with 100 AP. But effectively this just meant 0, right? So if a unit got like plus 50 AP, it would say 150 AP. Because 100 was your base. This was kind of like normalized. So now if you click on a unit, what you see is on the left is the base AD. Then on the right is the actual bonus AD, which is based off the base AD. And then it shows like AP, armor, MR, etc. And it also has a mana region stat, which is on the mana bar. It's not in the bottom, it's like on the right side of the mana bar. So it's gonna be a lot easier to do math for like items and stuff. Because you can always see, oh, it's like, oh, the left side is his base AD and this is the bonus AD he's currently getting. And there's like a lot less math involved when trying to figure out how effective your setup is. And Soveron, thanks for the Prime and the 40 months. Does Giant Slayer work with Assassins since they consider all units as tanks? No, they don't consider all units as tanks as far as I know. It's just there is a tank archetype. Like right now, Zek, Kobuku, and Cassante, I believe all of them have the tank archetype if I'm not mistaken, which means that they would take more damage from Giant Slayer and that's it. Everybody else would not take increased damage from Giant Slayer. Neonol, thanks for the Prime, and Wiggle Wiggles, thank you for the Prime as well. This is currently a recording from a playtest that I'm showing you. The official PBE release is Tuesday evening. Yeah, this Varus is amazing though. This is why I wanted to showcase this game, because this guy went just... And this is 1-star, by the way. This is 1-star Varus. He does have the sniper traits maxed out and he has 4 Wraith. So in terms of DPS, he's actually pretty capped. I think he can, like, I think Giant Slayer is not the best item. I'm pretty sure I was looking for Guardbreaker, if I'm not mistaken, because I felt like Guardbreaker, Infinity Edge Mana Zane would be, like, incredibly awesome on him. But yeah. Oh yeah, I think there was... what was the reason? There was a reason why I put Caitlyn in the second row. I'm trying to remember. Did it have to do with the resistance from Cassante? I'm not sure. Collector would be good on him? Yeah, Collector would be great on him, for sure. But yeah, he is just ulting. Like, 1 mana Zane versus 1 star, it's actually crazy how much he's doing. So currently, that was, I think, the strongest artifact combo I found. And this was like my 3rd game of set 15. Is TFT becoming actual chess now? No. Can you cook with a new mechanic? Yes, you can cook. You can cook a lot. The thing is, like, there are actually some power-ups are literally anomalies, right? So there is there is definitely some stuff you can abuse pretty hard. Yeah. So I did something kind of weird here, which is I just put people in the front line because, quite frankly, I just only cared about Varus. I just didn't care about the rest of my units. Because I knew as long as Varus is alive, he will win me the fight, right? So I'm just like, whatever. Everybody go to the front line. But obviously this is not an ideal gameplay or anything. I was still learning this set. This was my 3rd game, so I was just like... I have a duplicator saved up and I really wanted Varus 2-star. But yeah, I'm kind of neglecting my frontline a bit too much. And the item below the glove is called the Power Snacks Remover. The way it works is that if I use this on somebody who has a Power Snacks, then it drops off and I get the snacks and I can use it on whoever I want. Is the Devil Fruit output random? So the way it works is this. Every single unit in the set has their own pool of potential powers. So for example, the Varus has like the Doom Barrage and the Kale has like the Final Ascent. And like tier 1 units in stage 2 have the chance to get the 4-star upgrade. So, and obviously if somebody's a tank, then they're more likely to get like the tank stuff. So there is a limited pool though, and there is also a little bit of a pity mechanic. The way it would work is like this. Right now, if I would remove the power from Varus and give this next to him again, the pity mechanic would be like the 3 choices that I saw, I could not see again until I've selected another power. So in short, that I don't know what the 3 options were, but like he would not be able to see Doom Barrage if I give him another power snacks. But I would be able to see Doom Barrage again if I reset again, if I give him like a 3rd power snacks. I feel like with the archetypes, you get used to it fairly quickly, and I don't think it changes the gameplay that much. You just get used to it very fast. I would say, I mean, the biggest change is definitely the whole units not getting mana from damage taken. That one is noticeable. It prevents strategies like Powder Keg, like the whole Spectral into the backline thing. I mean, you can still do this with a tank. Like when we did like the Darius into the backline with Spectral, that would still work. Because Darius would qualify as a tank and therefore he would still gain mana from damage taken. But sending like a Powder into the backline, that I don't think works anymore. Or like it's a lot worse. It's also the same, yeah, something like Front Maw, the whole Kog'Maw 3-star in the front line with like CC immunity and innovating locket. And that one's pretty much dead as well. Like Riot really does not want these types of strategies to exist. Are there more melee carries in the set? I'd have to check. Oh man, this Varus is so satisfying. Dude, he is so satisfying to watch. Yeah, the normal Varus is not that strong, but that whole mana Zane thing is just brutal. Okay, so here, Regen, Atomic, Spiky. Honestly, that was kind of shit, so I'm gonna go for this again. Tankzilla is really nice. That's like a go-to right now. It's Tankzilla is like 20% HP, and after 12 seconds, you stun the entire enemy board. That's like a super valuable frontline power. That one's gonna see a lot of play for sure, unless Riot nerfs it into the ground.
I love a challenge.
Yeah, something that's gonna be a little bit annoying is the whole, I mean, all the ZZ Rod strats are gone, right? Like, all these support items are gone, which means that there's no more trench coat with unstable treasure chest. There's no more, what was it? Yeah, there's no more ZZ Rod spamming with stuff like Disco or Heavenly. Yeah, all the support items are gone. Funnily enough, there's actually still a Zephyr power in the game. There's a power called, what was it? Something Tornado. There's a power in the game that will act like a Zephyr. So if you really love Zephyr, you can actually Zephyr the enemy carries if you want. So that was kind of cute. And Arn Lee, thank you for the sub in the 3 months. Hello, hello. Banshees is gone, yes, but Banshees being gone is actually not that big of a deal, because Titan's Resolve gives you CC immunity on max stacks now. And also QSS is a pretty decent item in combination with Ginzo, because you don't do double Ginzo anymore, because it's just not that good. So the whole Ginzo QSS Gunblade, that's like an item build you're gonna see a lot. So there's actually gonna be a decent amount of QSS in the backline and a decent amount of Titans in the front line. And as a consequence, you're not gonna need the Banshees as much. As support items for now are gone forever. This was not a set exclusive decision they've done. They just wanted to... They just didn't like the design space of support items. I mean, they've been trying to get rid of support items for a long time now. They started in 9.5. They've gotten rid of redemption and stuff in set 14, and I think and they've gotten rid of spite, and now they delivered the final blow. Somebody at Riot really hates support items. Are there copy pasta traits? I mean, it's the same as always, which is that classes, so sniper, bruisers, this type of stuff, you should be familiar with this, like bastions, bruisers, etc. But in terms of origins, I actually liked it. I thought it was there was a lot of creative stuff in the origins. Like, for example, if we take Star Guardians, initially it looks like guilds, right? Like every single Star Guardian provides something. But instead of giving stats, they give you like an effect, you know? Like, oh, you get like AP per second, or you get magic damage on auto attacks. So as a consequence, Star Guardian feels a lot more interesting compared to something like Guild or Heavenly or Divinity Corp or whatever. How will the new mana affect the set revivals? That's a good question. But for now, let's focus on set 15. We don't have to think about revivals right now. Are there support units in the set? So there are utility powers. So for example, like there's a power that works like Ionic and Even Shroud at the same time. Oh yeah, that guy kind of crushed me. So what's interesting about Seraphine is Seraphine is kind of like the set 4.0 Ari. So she charges up and she does the big spirit bomb. And Seraphine has crazy damage. Like really crazy damage. Zika and Locket Dummies are out of Call to Chaos. Yes. There was one game where I took Call to Chaos and I got something completely new and it was terrible. I'm trying to remember what it was. I remember getting something. I'm like, what is this? I don't want this. I don't remember what it was though. But yeah, whatever. Like, I'd have to go through my VODs to remember what was the terrible, terrible Call to Chaos cash out. But have I tried Isekai? Yes. I mean, if you really want me to, I can prioritize the Echo game for the next one. This game is already close to the end. Oh yeah, so Jarvan is, you know, your typical Jarvan, AoE stun, Protector's Vow. He's a strategist, so Jarvan is your absolute go-to AoE CC tank. You're gonna see him a lot. Yeah, my opponent has like a lot of like 2-star legendaries, which is rough for me. He has like a Gwen 2, he has a Seraphine 2, he has a Lee Sin 2-star, and a Zyra 2-star. All of these are legendaries. He's also level 10, so my Varus is kind of like struggling a bit to keep up with the amount of legendaries this guy is running. So, and also like the problem with Varus a little bit is that his targeting is random. So if Varus is like smurfing, then I win. And if Varus is inting, then I lose. So yeah, here you can kind of like see Cassandra a bit. He's weird. So when the first time he dies, he goes back to full HP. And he kind of like changes from a tank into an assassin. But he constantly loses HP. It's a little bit like the Scion passive. Like Cassandra, you have to think a little bit like the Scion passive. So when he dies, he comes back, except now he's gonna hit really hard and he's constantly losing HP. There are assassins, and they're kind of assassins in the game. Like, they're not gonna jump into the backline, but like at the start of the game. But there is an Akali that works similar to the KDA Akali from Satan. So you have backline access that way, for example. Echo has values for 3-star. How does it work? I have no idea. No clue how you would ever get Echo 3. Because like the augment gives you a 2-star and that's it, right? Maybe with like a recombobulator? No, probably not that one either. I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. I have no idea how you would ever get Echo 3-star. Yeah, that guy, I don't know, like I'm still holding on because my Varus is broken, but honestly the board from my opponent is way stronger than my board. It's like level 10, so many kept out like legendaries. And for me, pretty much the entire game depends on Varus not inting his arrows. Also, we're like in stage 7-3, which is incredibly late. Pilfer? Yeah, I suppose. I suppose Pilfer would work, yes. Come on, Varus. Oh my god, look at this Giga Chat. And that's a win. Nice. 21k damage. So yeah, that was the first game of set 15. I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, first game of set 15. So yeah, so many people have been asking about Echo that I guess I'm gonna prioritize the Echo for the next one. This one here. Okay, then 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, we're starting with the Artifact Anvil. Very nice. Maybe it's a cash out. I'm pretty sure Echo is exclusive to the Isekai Augment. I don't know. It would be weird if you can get him from a cash out, considering he's so tied to the Augment.
Rise again. I dare you.
How many games will I show? Today I will show between 3 and 4 games, and the rest I will answer questions about the set mechanics. Tomorrow will be the brunt of the games, but I wanted to showcase a little bit already today. Hello, Skinny. Does the archetype change? For Cassandra, I think it does. Yeah, I think Cassandra changes his archetype after... I think so. I'd have to double check. I didn't play him that much. But I do think he changes the archetype.
My heart is iron.
Oh yeah, Gangplank is really cool. So Gangplank is a Mighty Mech duelist, but what's cool about him is that he has... his ability is that he shoots at the lowest HP unit within like 2 hex range. And he actually has a AP ratio that he increases the chances of getting gold. So if you give Gangplank like, I don't know, 50 AP or something, then he has a guaranteed gold when he kills a unit. Which is kind of cool, like you can print a decent amount of money with Gangplank. Especially if you have a good Mighty Mech opener. So, time skip. Disable your shop for the next 3 rounds, gain 28 XP. That's pretty brutal. Oh yeah, this is new. Psychic Forge. That one, I haven't actually taken it yet, but it's a really cool one. The way Psychic Forge works is you can actually go for a complete hard pivot. Because you could sort of like, you could sell your units with the items, then move all of the items on the carry you want on the bench, and then it's gonna tailor the items from the benched units. So it's like it's kind of like a tailored What the Forge, except it doesn't become like artifacts. Oh yeah, there's Essence Share over 9,000 and Robo Ranger. I have a mech opener, so I went with the Robo Ranger here. Oh yeah, so if a unit is glowing like this in a shop, it means that this is one of the units that currently has a power-up, in case you're wondering. So the Delusion was like glowing in a shop because he currently has the effect from the Power Snacks, the Robo Ranger. I saw Crystal Rose. What does it do? It's effectively hearts. Like, it's Heartsteel with extra steps, I would say. This set looks really nice. I hope the traits and units aren't too boring, though. So I would say the traits were interesting. I like the traits. I like the augments. I like the power-ups. I do think on the unit design, especially with the legendaries, I actually think they're a bit mid. There weren't that many units where I was like, oh, this is really cool. I mean, there's like, obviously, for example, you have like the hero augments that make them interesting, but outside, like, if we don't count hero augments, I actually didn't like the unit design. I didn't think there was that much you can cook, let's say it like this. So my interest will definitely be very focused on the set mechanic, because you can cook with power-ups, like, for sure. There's a lot of things you can do with power-ups. But for units themselves, there's actually, they're a bit more basic than I would have liked. What does Samira do? She does what she always does, which is she has two short ults and then the big ult. It's pretty much like what you would expect from Samira.
I choose this fight.
Oh yeah, so Udyr is a mentor. Mentor is actually a really cool trait. So the way it works is like this. There's 4 mentors in the game. Let me try to remember all of them. There's Kobuku, there's Udyr, there's Ryze, and I'm forgetting one more. Yasuo. So these are the 4 mentors. I think Kobuku was tier 2. Udyr and Yasuo are tier 3 and Ryze is tier 4. And what's kind of cool about the mentors is that the way they work is that if you play one mentor, then you get like a buff. So if I play like one Yasuo, my entire team gets attack speed. If I play one Udyr, my entire team gets AD and AP. But if I play like 2 mentors, like Udyr and Yasuo, I get nothing. So it's like a all or nothing type trait. So you have to choose like one mentor to buff your team. But because you don't want to play like 2, you don't ever want to play 2 or 3 mentors. But if you play all 4, then it becomes kind of interesting again, because now you get all of the buffs, but only for the mentors. It's kind of like really weird. So it's like playing for mentors means they hug all the buffs themselves. So your team doesn't get buffed anymore. Only the mentors get buffed, but they get buffed by a lot. And also, the mentors have like, each mentor has an extra ability that only gets activated if you play 4 mentors. So there's gonna be some comps where you play mentor reroll with like Udyr 3 and Yasuo 3, and then you play like Ryze and Kobuku for 4 mentors. And then you play around that, right? You play around like Udyr main carry, Ryze main carry. Udyr is like your AD melee bruiser, Ryze is your AP carry in the back line. That comp looked pretty strong, because Udyr and Ryze were actually in a pretty good state on the playtest. Lynn, thanks for the shop and the 17 months. Love that they added a cel-shaded look to the units. You know, it's actually funny. This is divisive. Some people like really like the cell shading look, and some people really hate it. There's definitely it is a divisive topic. I do think the majority likes it, but yeah, there's definitely some people who are like, why is everything looking so smudged? It's a reverse emissary, yeah, I guess. You do get used to it really fast, though. Like, well, to be fair, I do like the enemy look, so for me, it never bothered me, but yeah. If you sell the caretaker, does it give you back the item? What do you mean exactly? You mean if I sell Jenna, I would get the Poro snacks, if that's the question. How does Lee Sin work? So Lee Sin is a legendary that when you place him on the board, you can choose if you want him to be Duelist, Juggernaut, or Executioner. He actually gives +1 to the trait. And his ability slightly changes to fit with the trait that you've chosen. Can't they add a way to disable it? I don't think so. But like I said, like the visual look of set 15, that's gonna be temporary. This is like the cell shading look, that's gonna be set 15 exclusive. Do we have more hero augments? I think we do. There's actually a lot. Zek, Garen, Cannon, Mundo. No, Mundo was tier 2, right? Zek, Cannon, Garen. Trying to remember the last tier 1 hero. For tier 2 I know there's a really funny Mundo one. Vi has a great tier 2 one as well. There's like a Nico for tier 3. There's an Udyr tier 3 hero augment, I believe. But yeah. There were a lot of, like, it definitely felt like there was a lot of hero augments. There's actually, there's a there's a really interesting prismatic augment in the game. It's called Protagonist. The way it works is you get a random hero augment, like a silver hero augment. You get a random silver hero augment. You get that unit as a 2-star. You get an item anvil, and you get like worth the wait for that unit. So effectively what Protagonist could give you is like, hey, here's a Zek 2-star with like, I don't know, a jeweled gauntlet. And sorry, it's an item anvil. So it gives you like a Zek 2-star with an item anvil. And then from now on, like the Zek is gonna be a hero and you get a Zek every round. So you have a guaranteed Zek 4-star. That augment was busted. That augment was like way too powerful. Okay, so here's Isekai. The way Isekai works is that this is the only way to gain Echo. Echo is a legendary. When you click on this augment, I do believe you actually get him as a 2-star right away.
Second first time for everything.
No, he's actually 1-star. I guess he's... Wait, is he scaling with stages then? Is that how you get him to 3-star? Is he like 3-star in stage 8 or something? I don't remember. He can get 2-star though. I'm not sure. But yeah, so the way Echo works is that he has a different trait. So in this game specifically, he has Prodigy. But in another game, he might be a Sorcerer. And in another game, he might be a Strategist or whatever. I don't know all of the traits that he can have, but yeah. In this game, he's Prodigy. So Prodigy is like a mana regen trait. Effectively, what Prodigy does is your units gain, all of your units gain mana regen, and Prodigy units gain more mana regen. It's a fairly simple trait. I'm trying. I need to check when Echo actually becomes 2-star, because when I played that game, I didn't pay attention. Wait, why am I doubling down on Crystal Rose? There's no way I'm gonna be losing, am I? Whatever. Yeah, he has sold the Senna to get the power snacks back. I could have used the remover as well, but I think I actually wanted to keep some of these removers. Because keeping removers can be a good choice if you wanna look for something specific. Echo is considered a tier 5 unit. He is considered a secret legendary. Shen got comeback. I actually have a really nice game of a Shen hero. Oh yeah, I immediately I click on double down and I immediately get open fort Crystal Gambit with Prismatic Orb. Yeah, about that. So yeah, this is double down. This is the same as how does it work? What was the Heartsteel thing called? The golden chest? I should know this, but yeah, it's pretty much if you double down and then you win, you lose half the points and cash out immediately. So like overall the trade is like similar, right? Like you try to win at the beginning to save HP, then you double down and then you try to lose for 4 fights. That brings you around 300 points for a decent cash out. You can get like a Tactician's Crown type cash out for it. Raise the stakes, thank you, I forgot about the name. And the cipher of the game is this, what I just played, the Crystal Gambit. All of these like lightly blue units, you know, like I even have a duck. I have a crystal duck. So this is the gacha trade, the Heartsteel type trade. But I just got... Wait, I think it bugged out, right? Didn't cash out, even though it should have cashed out. I think that this was probably just a bug, but I should have cashed out here with 60 points. Yeah, in concept, it's way more similar to Heartsteel than anything else. One thing I did notice when playing Crystal Gambit is that the game kind of annoys you. Because like so many times I was like 295 points out of 300. So almost every single time I played Crystal Gambit, I was always a few points short for the next big threshold. And what this kind of told me is that they've intentionally set the points in a way that they're really gonna reward you for killing units. So if you go full open fort lose streak, a lot of the times you're not gonna have enough points to make a big threshold. So I'm gonna have to math this all out, how to exactly play this trade, but this is just something I noticed. Innovating Echo sounds good. There's a lot of things that are interesting with Echo. So here's actually a really cool power-up, which is called Critical Threat. Abilities get spell crit, and you also gain a critical strike chance per second. And here, this is a Zyra specific one, the bonus Bloom. Zyra is like a summon thing. It's like on the top left and the top left and top right. The way Zyra kind of works is you can have a backline plant and a frontline plant. The frontline plants are beefier and the backline plants deal more damage or something like that. So you can be like, hey, I need more frontline, so you play Zyra and put the plant in the front. Or you can be like, oh, I have enough frontline, I just put the plant in the backline. It's a bit like a Heimerdinger turret, except that the turret would become more tanky if you put it in the front. Kinda like that. Yeah, Echo with Mana Zain is actually kind of fun. So, Echo is weird, like, because he also freezes your own units, but he doesn't freeze mana gain. So Prodigy Echo is kind of interesting because when he freezes the entire board, your team still gains mana from the Prodigy trade and the opponents don't. So maxing out Prodigy with Echo, or like taking Isekai when Echo is a Prodigy, I think has a lot of inherent synergy. What's the thing behind needing to complete a quest for Prismatic? It's sort of like... I will make a video about this in the future, but the short version is that every Prismatic trade is gated behind a quest. So if you have like full Star Guardians, your Star Guardians need to spend 20,000 mana before the trade becomes Prismatic. And if you play Battle Academia, you need to have 17 completed items before the trade becomes Prismatic. And if you play mech, you need to find 3 specific augments for the mech to become prismatic. It's very difficult conditions overall. Very, very difficult.
I love a challenge.
No new unit models. I think they said something about 2 or 3 TFT exclusive skins. I don't know which one though. I'm not good with skins. There's definitely some Wild Rift skins again, but yeah. There are a few skins that are TFT exclusive. Yeah, the idea is to prevent the whole trainer golem, 1 spatula, level 9 rush type playstyle, which is good, because that one honestly kind of sucked. With duplicators, can you field the 3 echoes and permafreeze? I mean, I will assure you, you're gonna see some permafreeze here, and I don't need more echoes. Also, you can see echoes already 2-star, right?
Second first time for everything.
I think it's because stage 4. I guess the way Isekai kind of works is that if you take the augment in stage 4, you get an echo 2. And if you take Isekai in stage 3, he starts 1-star, but he comes 2-star in stage 4. I guess that's kind of how it works with echo. And here's the new artifact. Reduce the holder's max mana by 10, and every spellcast reduces it by another 15. So people, I hope... Let's summarize this echo really quick, okay? It's a 2-star legendary with Mana Zane that reduces his max mana with every cast, who gets a lot of mana regen from his prodigy trait, and he has spell crit from the power up. I hope you guys are gonna enjoy this game. Because that is one hell of a combo. Oh, this guy has, unfortunately, Ezreal 3-star with... Okay, so this is the first ult. I wonder, does he get one-shot by Ezreal? No, not yet. Okay, that's the second ult. And that's the third ult. Yeah, he did like 3 ults in a row. And the fact that my opponents couldn't do anything, right? The opponents were frozen. That was pretty brutal, yeah. That's a cool combo, but that's like a double artifact combo, to be fair. That's a really rare combo to get. Specific prismatic plus double artifact. You're not gonna see that very often. Kobuko is back. Will he be in every set? I don't think every set, but... he's gonna be in a set if Riot has the need for a tanky, cheap frontliner. Is Horizon on good on him? I don't think the freeze counts as a stun. I don't think it works like that. Yeah, finally you can make a Star Guardian duck. Oh wait, I should probably change my duck. I'm not playing... I mean, technically I'm still playing Crystal Gambit. Actually, you know what? I'm still playing Crystal Gambit. First ult. And second ult. And third ult. 12k damage. Easy peasy. Okay, so I just got some gold orbs there. I do believe this was from the 5 Crystal Gambit. The way 5 Crystal Gambit works is that the game is gonna give you a number, like 6, 11, 12, whatever. Once you've killed that many units, you're gonna get like some loot orbs. The loot is really minor. Like the loot is like, hey, have a tier 3 unit, have 2 gold, you know, like something in that department. It's a very minor loot. And obviously, if the number is like super low, if the number is like 6 kills, it's gonna be like 2 gold. And if the number is like higher, then you can have like slightly better loot. Blue buff next. So blue buff does not reduce max mana anymore. Blue buff is a pure mana regen item now. The artifact that you see on Echo, the Dawn Core, that is the new blue buff. That is literally blue buff, the artifact. What about 7 crystal? So the way 7 crystal works is you need an emblem, and you need every crystal unit, including Zyra, who's a legendary. The way the trade works is that it gives you a lot of stats. I think like 500 HP, 50 damage amp or whatever to all of your crystal units. And it doubles the amount of points you can get. So 7 crystal is pretty much mandatory if you want to get like the super big cash outs. Oh yeah, here my Echo got one shot for some. I think, yeah, I think he got Caitlyn. I think Caitlyn managed to sneak the Echo there. That was a bit rip.
Second first time for everything.
Did they change mana buffering? So the thing is like, mana regen does not really work with mana lock. Like if you have a unit with 20 mana regen and there's a unit with a really long cast time, all that mana is lost. But yeah, here I'm just trying out some different power-ups on Echo. Quite frankly, I'm pretty sure the spell crit was the best one, but I just wanted to try around a bit. Crystal only gives stats on 7 crystal. 3 crystal is like a pure loose streak trade. 5 crystal is like a bonus quest in addition to the loose streak trade, and then 7 crystal is combat buff plus steroid. Combat buff plus more points. Yeah, that's a mean Caitlyn. Luden's IE Death played Caitlyn 3. I think Caitlyn was a tier 3 unit, if I remember right. So yeah, she hits really hard.
Second first time for everything.
Yeah, there's no point to doubling down since we are currently in the late game. I did make myself a little bit weaker by removing the spell crit from Echo. But yeah. So what I'm doing right now is, I think I'll just... No, wait, I think I try the blink attack, but... See, the problem is, I misread what this thing does. What blink attack does is that it prevents the unit from moving. So if you kill a unit with an auto attack, you teleport to the next unit. It's like almost like a... What was that? Cavalier. It's like a Cavalier type effect. But I didn't know that when I clicked on it. And I think I realized, I'm like, oh my god, this is terrible. Because like my Echo, he is just perma-ulting. He's never proccing the blink attack. And when I realized this, I was like, oh, I have to get rid of this. This is terrible. But you know what kind of sucks? So my last option had the spell crit, right? My last selection had the spell crit one. Which means that if I remove the current one from Echo, I can't get the spell crit one in the next one. I need one more remover. So I kind of like griefed myself in this game by testing too much. Echo freezing with Soul Fighter, that sounds pretty good, yeah. That definitely has synergy. I mean, currently it has synergy with Prodigy as well, but yeah. Yeah, I can see the combination with Soul Fighter as well. Blue buff is kind of interesting now because you can just give it to anyone, like, right? Like, there's like, blue buff is just, this unit has a lot of mana regen now. So the whole stick with like, oh, blue buff can only go into like low mana units, that's kind of gone. I like the Trickster one. That one's kind of cool. At low health, gain damage amps, spawn a dummy and dash away. I'm pretty sure you can do some shenanigans with this. But yeah, Omnivamp and CC immunity for 12 seconds, you're gonna see that one a lot. Is the Encore stackable? Maybe? I'd have to check, I don't know. I've only clicked on it once, but I'd have to check. After this game I can go back to the artifact selection and check if it said unique or not. But yeah, this Echo build was pretty fun though. Like, most of the Echoes that I've actually seen were kind of on the weak side, but thanks to the double artifact combo of Mana Zane and Dawncore, my Echo was kind of pretty amazing. Yeah, Seraphine is really strong. Vertical Star Guardian with Seraphine is incredibly powerful. There's actually a lot of ways to gain bonus frontline. There's like, there's power-ups that spawn like two target dummies with the same items and stuff like this. So the power-ups are gonna be really interesting. Like if you're lacking frontline, there's a power-up for that. If you're lacking Sandor, Shred, or Anti-Heal, there's a power-up for that. So you can always look for the exact thing that you need currently. Like, oh, I couldn't get the belt and the carousel, now I don't have anti-heal, so I'm gonna prioritize the power-up that gives me anti-heal, and then once I have a Morello in late game, I just remove the power-up again because I don't need the anti-heal power-up anymore. So this is sort of like how the reasoning can go, which is pretty interesting.
Your move, Leduc.
Second first time for everything.
Which trade is best in slot for Echo? I currently don't even know which ones are eligible. I know he can be Prodigy and Sorcerer because those two were offered to me so far, but I honestly, like, I think he mainly gets classes, not origins, right? I don't know if he can be like maybe he can be like a Bastion, or maybe he can be a Juggernaut or something. I mean, they kind of try, like, he's an AP caster, right? So him being like Prodigy and Sorcerer makes obviously a lot of sense. I'd have to check what else would make sense for him. Strategist also makes sense, yes. Strategist makes sense. Like, for example, like Sniper wouldn't make any sense, right? Like, Sniper is like this pointless. I don't know, maybe he can be like a heavyweight. Maybe he can be a heavyweight to get like the bonus HP or something. What happens if you sell Echo? I think if you sell Echo, it's just gone, no? you just get 14 gold and that's it. Probably don't want to sell this guy, or you're griefing yourself pretty hard. I haven't dared to sell him because I was trying to win this game. Hello, Mr. Goose. Oh yeah, this is the... this guy has Final Ascent Kale. That's a power-up that when you're level 10, Kale gets like the triple wave thing on every auto attack. That's pretty brutal. The thing is, like, that unit that just dealt 11k damage to my entire team, that's a 2-star tier 1 unit. Thanks Riot. Yeah, Echo is considered a unit. He does, I think he takes up a board slot, right? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, no, he doesn't. No, actually, he doesn't. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Unless I have a tech crown, I don't. So, no, he actually does not take up a board slot. Good question. It says sell for 0 gold. Yodelweiger said the same. He still gave you the gold, though. Like, the Yodelweiger also gave you... It said 0 gold, but it gave you 5 gold when you sold him. What's more important is, like, the legendary border thing. Like, his name is, like, golden. So it implies he's legendary. I mean, if you have a 4-star Kale, it's kind of hard to be level 10. And then if you take a power up to make Kale 4-star, I don't think you can get Final Ascent anymore, because Final Ascent and the level and the 4-star thing, that's something you have to take in the early game. So for example, like some power-ups are gated behind stages. So your power-up selection in stage 2 and stage 5 is gonna be different. Maybe you can't even sell them. I don't know. Maybe I haven't tried selling, and I don't know why I would bother to sell Echo, but I can try selling him on the PvE server. Like, I can actually imagine that you can't sell him, maybe, but yeah. Maybe he might be unsellable. Can you play a game with Ludo? In a few days, yes. We're currently watching recordings, and I don't have a good Monster Hunter game. Monster Trainer. It's Monster Hunter. Yeah, I don't have a good trainer game, so I can't really show off the Lulu. Some of my opponents played it, but yeah, I don't remember which games. Yeah, so my opponent here on the top left, that's a Rabadon, Adaptive, Gunblade, Seraphine, 2-star and a full Star Guardian setup, which means the moment she ults, my team dies. Okay, actually, Went a lot better than expected. Echo is still trying so hard. Go, Echo. Oh yeah, actually that Echo was smurfing hard in that fight. Holy moly. What's kind of cool, like there's a lot of synergy here with the Mana Zane makes Echo ult more often, and then the Dawn Core keeps reducing his max mana. Which not only makes the Mana Zane more effective, but it also makes it easier for him to do consecutive ults. The set feels refreshing after Cyber City. Yes, it does. Ooh, nice thumbnail. If you see me zoom in like that, that usually means it's a tuber. And that's my thumbnail. Yeah, Seraphine is super strong. Like, probably one of the strongest tier 5 units that I've seen in the playtest. Where did you get the artifacts from this game? I'm trying to remember. It was opening encounter. So it was artifact anvil opening encounter. Trying to remember the like, what was he? Where did I get the second artifact? Oh, it might have been. Was it from Crystal Gambit? Maybe. I didn't actually pay attention, but it might have been Crystal Gambit. Yeah, Kale with Flicker Blade. Yikes.
Second first time for everything.
Which is actually funny because the crystal bugged out in that game. I shouldn't even have gotten that anvil. How does Luchadora work amount-wise? What do you mean? What do you mean amount-wise? I mean, the trade is a bit weird to explain, the wrestler trade. It's like, once they drop low, they heal and they sort of like jump, stun a bit, and then return. This Seraphine skin used to be Wild Rift exclusive. Yeah. TFT is making a lot of use of Wild Rift skins. Oh no, it's Leona 3. It's Leona 3, people. That's a 4-star, 3-star tier 4 unit. So this guy has Caitlyn 3, Leona 3. Yeah. My Echo is trying so hard. Look at this. Look at my Echo. He's trying so hard against the 3-star tier 4 unit, but it just was not enough, man. Ah, so sad, man. Also 18k damage from that Caitlyn. Ouch.
Second first time for everything.
Freedom awaits.
The tactician health gain. Oh, do you mean Braum specifically? Because that comes from his unique trait called the Champ. The way it kind of works is that every time you win, you get 2 poros, and when you lose, the poros get consumed. You take less damage based on the amount of poros you have, and then you kind of like lose most of your poros.
If they insist on a fight, I will oblige them.
It's actually a pretty good, like playing Braum is gonna be pretty good for better placements. Assuming you can win. Like, if you just play Braum on your board but you never win, it's not gonna change anything. But if you're like win streaking with an early Braum, you can probably secure yourself a top 4 placement just from that. Also, Braum is like, he's a fairly good tier 5 frontliner, so even if you just want to play like 2 Bastions, that's perfectly fine, right? So it's easy to fit in a Braum in late game boards. Yeah, that Seraphine damage is just so juicy. And this Echo continues to go pretty ham. Oh yeah, I went back to critical threat thingy, so Echo has spell crit again, so he's more useful. It was kind of like, it was a very painful, there was a very painful path to get Echo to, oh, I think I remember what happened in this game. Wait, let me explain. Look at this, look at this. I have 8 Zyras, and I look at my opponent. I'm like, I'm not taking 18 damage from this guy. No way I take 18 damage from this guy, which means I can sell my board in 7-1 and go for Zyra 3-star. Everything is perfect. Everything is perfect. You hear this? Do you hear him? He's coming. He's coming. Please hit 3-star. Goodbye, my team. And do you want to guess how much damage I take? You want to guess, huh? Maybe I should have played that Braum for 1 round, huh? Huh? 18 damage exact on the spot because I didn't play Braum. And now I'm third. And I don't have my Zyra 3-star. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. One guy with his stupid Leona. And then the other guy with the Lee Sin. And all I had to do was to play Braum. All I had to do was to play Braum for 1 round, win, and then I would take 2 damage less, which would have let me survive and probably get a Zyra 3. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, I think I'll do one more game. Let's see. I mean, we do more games too. We're gonna do more games tomorrow. I only want to do a few games today, so I have something to upload for tomorrow. Let me just look at this really quick. Yeah, okay, playtest game. So we did the Varus game already, and we did the Echo game already. Let's see. Those were definitely 2 of the highlight games. I like the Malphite one. Let's do the Malphite one. That one was really fun as well. Malphite Hero. That was a fun game. Give me 1 sec. Okay, let's go. 2 component anvils. Choose your weapon. Thoughts on for Mentor. I thought it was really good when I played against it. I definitely won it. It's like a tier 3 reroll comp. But I got crushed by Udyr once really hard. And that made me like, I kind of want to play this. Udyr was like crazy overpowered on the playtest. Like Udyr 3-star with BT Titans, man, the guy just tanked everything. Do we have infinite stacking units like Shaco? Yes. In fact, you're seeing her right now. It's Kai'Sa. Kai'Sa has infinite AD stacking based on kills. We also have something else, which is there is a power called... here you can see 1 permanent attack damage per kill. It does not work on PvE minions. I already tested. There's also a power-up that works kind of similar. I think it's called... I think it's called Max Attack, right? Or was it called Max Attack? I'm not sure. There's a power-up that gives you 180 for 2 takedowns. And then so what you can do kind of is like... You can be like, hey, I play Sivir 3-star. I was like, hey, I open the game with Sivir 2-star. I'm gonna give her the 80 scaling power up, and then she's gonna have like 50 80 later. So Kai'Sa's the only unit that has an inherent permanent stacking thing, but there is a power up to both for AP stacking and for AD stacking.
Rise again. I dare you.
So I did check. I don't think it's kills. I think it's takedowns. So the condition for takedown is you need to have damaged the unit and you need to be alive when the unit is taken out. And as long as those 2 conditions are met, you get a stack. I don't think you need to do the killing blow to get the permanent stacks. I'd have to double check, but I don't know. Like I need to double check in a controlled environment, but during the playtest, it kind of felt like assisting was enough. So this is a really cool hero augment. This is the Malphite hero augment. So normally Malphite is a really boring tank. But with this hero augment, he deals a lot of damage. He knocks people up. And he continuously gets more range. And he also has Giga 5000 IQ targeting. Because he always goes for the largest group of people. So yeah, this Malphite definitely a lot of fun. So Magic Fighter, 10 mana per auto attack and 10 Omnivamp. So that's kind of cool that he already starts with 10 Omnivamp. Always useful. Obviously right now he's still super weak. Something I can already tell you with tier 1 hero augments is in stage 2 you can get a power up that makes the unit 4-star in 4-5. Assuming the unit is 3-star. And so this is a really important power-up for heroes, because the heroes really want to be 4-star. Because like Malphite 4 is so much better than Malphite 3. And what you want to do is you want to use the power snacks on your hero, see if you can get the 4-star thing. And if you don't, you want to try again in stage 2 and see if you can get it. I'm not 100% sure if it can show up in stage 3. I haven't done those tests yet. Oh, this is Zac hero, by the way. These are probably 2 of my favorite hero augments fighting each other. Zac becomes a giant balloon that's just bouncing around, dealing a lot of damage, by the way. Like, Zac is very strong. But yeah, this Malphite, a lot of fun. The things like Malphite's ultimate is so satisfying. And we kind of didn't have Malphite for a long time. Oh yeah, there's the thing is like there's actually a power called Mage, and what Mage does is it makes you cast again, but your ability deals less damage. This is really cool on somebody like Malphite because for every cast, Malphite's range increases. Right, here's the final form. At 4-5, if 3-star, become 4-star during combat. That is definitely what you want to take. Please tell me I took this. I'm not sure. Did I even take this? Take it. What are you doing? I hate this guy. It's not even it's not even, no! What are you doing? It wasn't even up for discussion. Oh my god, I hate myself. Why did I not go for the Malphite 4-star here? Yeah, this is a must pick. Well, it's a must pick. Well, that's how you learn, right? Oh, there's a Garen hero here. Garen hero I didn't really like that much. That was kind of boring. It's just high single target damage with execute effect and that's it. It's kind of boring. Oh yeah, the Mundo's tier 2 augment though. Mundo's not a tier 1 unit. But yeah, the Mundo hero augment is hilarious, for sure. That's a must take as well. But yeah, what I wanted to say is that if you get them, like I think Malphite can get the Mage power up. He should be able to, I think. That one's really cool because that means he's gonna ult and then ult again, and then he already has kind of like board-wide range for the largest group. So with Mage, there's a pretty high chance he hits the backline really fast into the fight. But if you take Mage, then obviously it can't be 4-star unless you get Greater Moonlight, but yeah. But first I need to confirm that Malphite can actually get Mage, because I'm currently not sure if he can. 2 power-ups is the cap? Yes, 2 power-ups is the cap. As far as I know, there is nothing in the game that lets you get 3. I mean, maybe they're gonna do a 3rd power-up in the for fun patch or something, but yeah. Yeah, the Echo game with Isekai I already showcased. You have to go back in the VOD for that one. I'm also gonna upload those games tomorrow on YouTube, so you can also just follow that. Garen, Titanic? No, I don't think Garen is a Titanic user. This Zac hero is just way too much fun. I honestly really like the hero augments in this set. So it's like Zac, Malphite, and Mundo are absolutely hilarious. Like those 3 are definitely my favorite. Shen is fun as well. Like Shen has the whole like long range high true damage again. Also there's Shen is Bastion and Raid Boss is back. So it's actually possible to get the Raid Boss Shen hero combo again. That combo was like giga broken. What happens with Deep Root Zac? I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to check. I mean, there's a chance that because of the way the bounces works, he's just gonna ignore the movement reaction from Deep Root. He's already CC immune, I think. Like Zac is already CC immune, so he might just ignore the movement speed reduction. But Deep Root would be a bad item on Zac. He's like AP carry. I mean, we can try it if I ever get the combo. Will he bounce faster with mittens? I think his bounces are on a set pattern, if I'm not mistaken. Attack speed gives him more mana, but all his cast does is to increase the damage and the damage range. So as far as I know, I think his damage is on a set pattern.
Another fight, another fee.
I don't understand Trade Champion of Braum. You mean the unique thing? When you win, you get 2 Poros that follow you around. It's actually really cute. And if you lose, then the Poros all get sacrificed, so you take less damage. And then, because the Poros are sacrificed, they're kind of gone after you lose. That's the very short version of how Braum works. Did I hit anything funny yet? Yes, I've showcased a lot already. I've showcased Manazane Varus. I showcased a double artifact Dawncore Manazane Echo. And this game I'm showcasing a really fun Malphite Hero augment. Nico Hero is like, I didn't like the Nico Hero back in set 11, I think. That one I was not very excited to see return. I can't answer that many questions to Lulu because I didn't really play her much. We didn't have that much time, like I had to rush everything. I don't know, I feel like the Nico Hero is something I'm gonna be skipping for the most part. Oh, look at that Malphite ult. Yeah, we're currently watching a recording from the playtest. Okay, that Howling Gale thing, I think they're gonna have to buff that one because that one seemed really useless. Which means I'm not gonna take it. Okay, I didn't take it. Also, this is typical the duck. So I'm thinking here is like, I can do Gold Collector, which means Malphite is gonna print me some gold. And usually when I take this, my mindset is like, I can reforge the Gold Collector later and then get something cool, you know, get like a Manazane or whatever. It worked in my first game. I reforged Gambler Blade to Manazane, so it's a play I like to make in case you're wondering why I'm doing Gold Collector Malphite. But it means I kind of need the Reforger. Yeah, so he did Ginzo, Zek. You can do that because like Zek gets more mana based on attack speed, but I don't think it's gonna be a thing. I think that's gonna be a gimmick, I think, to give Zek attack speed. What does the crew do that the interface looks so weird? Oh yeah, I'm playing the crew anyway, so I guess I can kind of explain it in detail here. The crew is made up of Sivir Malphite, which is tier 1, Shen is tier 2, Ziggs is tier 3, and Twisted Fate is tier 5. There's 2 parts to this trait. One is that for every unique crew member, they buff each other. So, for example, like I have Shen, Malphite, and Sivir on my board. So everybody gets like 18% more HP and 18% more attack speed, because it's like 6 times 3. That's one part of the trait. The other part of the trait is that it's a reroll trait, which means that for every 3-star crew member, something will happen. The first 3-star makes you gain 1 XP when you reroll. It also gives you 1 free reroll per round. And it also kind of like changes your shop odds to guarantee crew members disregarding your level. That's the first 3-star. The second 3-star is... I don't remember. I do know that 3 3-stars means there's like a ship that gives you like bonus damage based on the damage you do. And then the 4 3-stars is that the ship deals more damage. And... oh, was the reroll per round on 2 3-stars? Okay, right. I kind of confused the two then. So what's kind of funny, like the crew has probably the most messed up prismatic in the game. Because if you have Malphite 3, Sivir 3, Shen 3, Ziggs 3, and Twisted Fate 3, who's a legendary, what happens is that the ship fires like this Omega laser, and it one-shots the entire lobby. Like, not your opponent, the lobby. Literally, the moment you hit the Twisted Fate 3-star, an animation starts... There's like an animation that starts to play, and the entire lobby gets lasered. And the game is over. Like, literally, the game is like, okay, you win all of your placements. That's your final placements. I haven't gotten it. It's really difficult, obviously. But it's pretty insane. That's gonna be like a really cool goal to chase. And I think, you know what's actually funny about this is, you know how people forfeit when you hit a 3-star legendary? Well, you can't. If you hit Twisted Fate 3-star and you have all the crew members, your opponents can't forfeit. They're gonna get lasered before they can forfeit. So I think I really like this bit of information. But yeah, I actually already have a few plans on how to get this, and that's one of my goals for sure. Like, I'm gonna try really hard once PBE goes up. I'm gonna try really hard to get the crew maxed out, because that prismatic just sounded way too much fun. But yeah, right now I'm kind of like struggling finding this Malphite 3. You know, you don't actually have to reroll crew with Malphite. You could also just go vertical on the protector side or whatever. But I don't know. I just decided I want to do it. A crew duck? We might need one, yeah, sure. Captain Duck. I mean, we can probably let the chat a little bit decide which ducks we should add. I mean, I mainly want to get I mainly want to commission ducks that I'm going to be using a lot. So there has to be traits I actually like. If there's like a trait I dislike that I know I'm not gonna play a lot, then yeah, I probably don't like. Or like if a trait visually looks weird, like Wraith is a terrible. It's Empyrean, right? Empyrean duck doesn't work. So I already know I'm never gonna do a Wraith duck because it just would look horrible. I mean, the thing about Soul Fighter is that Soul Fighter has Callista. And I love this Callista. It's the set 5 Callista. The thing with like super high damage spear, and if you overkill, the spear keeps going. That's one of my favorite tier 1 units in the game. Oh yeah, actually somebody asked me earlier, what is my favorite unit? And yeah, it might be Callista. I love Callista. Any big item changes besides mana? Okay, I'll try to do really short. Giant Slayer works on Archetype now, not on HP. Titans can give you CC immunity. Blue buff doesn't reduce max mana anymore. All support items are gone forever. And there's a new artifact that can reduce max mana, called Dawn Core. Did I miss anything on the item side? Duck in a crab costume. Why crab? I want my enemy waifu Star Guardian duck. Oh, look, it's Greater Moonlight. See, there's only one problem. I have a Sivir on my board, which means now it's a 50-50 between Malphite 4-star and Sivir 4-star. Unlucky. Oh, yeah, there's Food Fight Tactics, by the way. I mean, you couldn't see it really there, but there's a Prismatic Augment that is technically Food Fight Tactics. Because it's you just throw a bunch of stuff at your opponents that deals damage. Oh, look at this Dark Amulet. Heal when dealing magic damage, but you trade max HP for AP. Yeah, here I'm just cycling through the power-ups. Because quite frankly, I don't know what to go for. I honestly don't know what to go for. Ooh, Malphite 4-star. That should be juicy. Oh yeah, this is a Ramos 3-star, and some people wanted to see that. The Ramos 3-star from the Ludo trainer, but unfortunately I have a Malphite 4-star who's a lot stronger. What are the 3 things on the left side? You mean the power removers? So if it's a green fruit, that's the set mechanic that allows you to like buff your team. If it's like a purple thing, it's like a magnetic remover for the power-up mechanic, for the set mechanic. The game gives you a bunch of them so you can like swap around the powers a lot. So you're not stuck with one for the rest of the game. That's kind of cool compared to like anomalies, you were really stuck with them, right? But with this system, you can kind of like interchange it a lot more. And that's honestly, I like that. Oh, look at this Malphite. Look at him go. Bam. 1.6k crit. Malphite hero versus Garen hero. Yeah, that Garen doesn't have a chance. Yuumi. Okay, Malphite apparently not a cat person. 17k, effectively 17k damage. And here you can see why Garen hero not that cool. Malphite hero very cool. Yeah, I think Malphite's role changed, right? Because I think he's an AD tank. I think he's an AD tank. I'm not sure. Did this role change? I mean, I know Zac can change because Zac becomes a magic specialist, and that one he definitely doesn't have before the hero augment. So archetypes can change with hero augments. I think he had a magic fighter, right? Oh yeah, right. I think it's wait. I think it's magic tank, and then with the hero augment, it's magic fighter. So his archetype did change. Is there a big cash out for Big Lost Crystal? I mean, somebody posted that they got triple Tactician's Crown and then they used that for the infinite money Easter egg and then they 3-starred every legendary. So the answer is yes. And the thing is, like, I actually would have preferred the old Garen hero thing with the infinite HP stacking because that one's way more fun. I feel like the Garen hero we have in this set is really boring. Like, I don't know if I'm very keen on taking it because it's like, oh great, I've like highest single target damage with like an execute effect, but it's pretty lame to sort of like have your entire game plan revolve around that. Also, it's really easy to get stuck. Like, look at this Malphite, man. Just compare Malphite to Garen. Malphite is like, I'm gonna hit the largest group for like 2000 magic damage, and I'm going to ult all across the board with perfect targeting, and then Garen is gonna be like, I'm stuck on the main tank. I'm still stuck on the main tank. Wow, I really wish my player didn't click on this hero augment. So yeah, I feel like Garen hero is definitely a myth. Like Garen and Nico, I didn't like those. I'm probably going to be avoiding those. And then Zac, Malphite, Shen, and Mundo, they're like instant take because they're incredibly funny. I think there was a Udyr one, but I actually didn't like the Udyr one either. So yeah. Is there a Ziggs positioning to snipe backline? No, but there's a Caitlyn and Kalista that both go furthest. I mean, well, technically, wait, I guess you didn't really mean Ziggs, you just meant because of the Honey Mancy. So in short, the answer is yes. Both Kalista and Caitlyn shoot furthest. which means that if you do the special positioning, both Caitlyn and Kalista can one-shot the corner through the gap. So the answer is yes. There is Ziggs positioning. In the set, it's going to be very important for Kalista and Caitlyn. Maybe more important for Kalista than for Caitlyn. Any reason for anti-Nico propaganda? Just play the augment yourself and you will understand what the problem is. Because we had this augment before and it was a mess before. So I have no reason to believe that the situation got any better. Who's going to work with Blighted? There's some power-ups that actually have proc effects. I think there's a power-up called Singularity that constantly procs... I think it's a 1 second tick, so it's not super fast, but it ticks in a pretty large radius. It's like 2 hexes to the left and to the right. So, and I think that one should work with Blighting, so the Singularity should be decent with it. Unit-wise, it's Malzahar is probably the best because he has a dot. Like Malzahar is the whole Space Age thing. In theory, Yuumi could be good, but Yuumi has like this this Twisted Fate set 10 problem. She has an insane amount of projectiles, so she can reduce MR by a lot, but she's mana locked during the cast, which means that you will never get like the whole infinite casting going. This is like where this is where Malzahar probably has it the easiest. So if you want to cast a lot, then Malzahar, and then if you want to reduce MR a lot, then maybe Yuumi. So Zac bounces because of a hero augment, and the reason why he gave him Ginzo is because he gets mana regen based on attack speed. But I would not recommend that. I don't think that's very good.
Second first time for everything.
Yeah, that Malphite is super juicy. Malphite is a lot of fun. I really should have went with the 4-star upgrade, but I mean, that's how you learn. Okay, yeah, so here I'm currently checking out Twisted Fate a little bit. So Twisted Fate is like your Urgot type unit, you know, the one that gives you bonus stuff if you play him. He's kind of like RNG, he's like gacha. At the start of every round, you get like a reward. You can get gold, you can get rerolls, you can get a combat buff. And what's kind of cool about TF is you can actually get 3-star Malphite and 3-star Silver for free. So if you play Twisted Fate, it's actually possible. Like it is not impossible if the game goes on long enough that the TF is gonna be like, hey, here, have a Malphite 3, have another Malphite 3, and now I have Malphite 4. That is in theory possible, I believe. The stats are currently looking a bit different. It's the stats now show as base AD, bonus AD, and bonus AP. So 25 is base AD, and then 0 bonus AD, 0 bonus AP. That's how you have to read it. So TF has incredibly low base AD. Karma sounds good with Blighting. Yeah, I guess Karma should be fine, yeah. She's not mana locked, so that's good, and she has a tick thing that's AoE. Yeah, I guess I can see it. The only problem is Karma's weird, man. Like if I understood Karma, oh my god, look at that Malphite ult, so juicy. If I understood Karma right, then Malphite. What? Malphite, please. What was that? He went. I was like, that Malphite went to the Marth class, man. He wanted a 90-degree corner angle.
Second first time for everything.
How does Monster Trainer work? Do you have to stick with the monster? No. And the way it works is this. You click on Lulu and you put her on the board. Then the game gives you the option for 1 out of 3 monsters. Playing the monsters is good because like the more you play them, the stronger they become. But it's kind of like a shared XP system, which means that at any point in the game, I believe you can actually just bench your unit and replace it for a different monster. So you can be like, I want to play Ramos at the start, but then you want to play Smolder later. And you can do this without punishment because all the XP that the Ramos saved up is remembered for Smolder. At least that's how I understood it. So don't quote me on this, but this is how it was explained to me. But I haven't actually played it. Malphite went to the biggest group on another board? Maybe. Yeah, and the moment you put the Lulu on the board, like Lulu doesn't even show up in the shop anymore. It's just like the Ramos, the Smolder, or the Kog'Maw. I mean, it's all the same unit. It's like, it's a 4-in-1 package, pretty much. More explained it the same way. Okay, that's nice. Oh yeah, Jinx very strong. So if you play Star Guardian, Star Guardians is weird. Because Jinx, incredibly strong tier 4 AD carry, very recommended to play. And Seraphine, very strong tier 5 AP carry, also recommended to play. The rest of the Star Guardians, no. Poppy was a mess, which is like a tier 4 frontliner, but she was honestly a mess. And the rest of the Star Guardians are pretty much worthless from what I've seen. You still want them so Seraphine becomes stronger, but I can see myself playing like less Star Guardians and play more around Jinx, unless I feel like you only want vertical Star Guardians if you play around Seraphine. If you play around Jinx, I don't think Jinx cares. Jinx rather would have a proper front line. But I have first impressions on the set. I actually made a video on my main channel about my first impressions, but short version is I like it. I'm optimistic about it. I had fun in the playtest. I really like the set mechanic. I think the set mechanic is very good. It's a set mechanic with a lot of player agency, which is something I always enjoy. So yeah. Overall, I'm optimistic. It's not perfect, obviously. I would say currently it kind of depends how the set is gonna develop. I have a feeling it's gonna be either like a low S or a high A tier type set. Would be my guess, right? I mean, it's too early to tell after. Like, I played this set for like 2 days, so it's kind of unfair to judge it this early. It does not feel like a B tier set. Like when playing set 14, you kind of immediately had this feeling, ugh, this is kind of a B tier set. But when playing this set, I was like, actually, I'm having a lot of fun. Like, it's not gonna be a set 13, but that one's gonna be like, that's a pretty high bar. How do I like the visuals part of it? I'm perfectly fine with this. I have zero issue with the art style of set 15. I know some people have issues with it, but I am not part of that group. I like the art style. I think it's fine. Set 14 is a B tier, like middle of the pack B tier. It's really easy to judge set 14. Because you just look where the average is, and then you go a little bit lower, and then you place it there. That's set 14. Like, set 14 wasn't a bad set. It was not bad. It was the perfect example of an average set, I would say. Like, I had fun playing it, but I also got like, while I was playing it, I had a decent time. But also, I didn't want to play for that long. So for me, this is pretty much by definition, like an average set. This set, I can see myself playing more. Because I really like the set mechanic. Like, I hated Hex. Like, Hex was one of my least favorite set mechanics. Because of like, so there's so much eco-inflation with Hex. I didn't have that feeling here. Like, this set mechanic is neutral, right? Like, you don't gain gold from the set mechanic, but you also don't lose any gold. So it's a gold neutral set mechanic, which means that there's going to be overall less inflation in set 15 compared to 14. So that's a good thing. So yeah, it's like set 15 has a set mechanic that is, it doesn't add to the inflation and it has player agency. So I think that's good. No, set 9.5 is not high A tier. Set 9.5 is the lowest tier you can give. Set 9.5 is the bottom of the barrel.
You're last.
I would rate 9.5 the worst. Like, it is my line for, if this is how TFT is, I don't want to play it. I mean, I'm especially salty because of the item rework. I hated the 9.5 item rework. I still do, but but yeah, 9.5, the item rework plus the poor balance plus it was just everything. Nothing in 9.5 worked for me, which is why it's my least favorite set. But I'm not alone in that assessment. Pro players hated 9.5 as well. I think Mord was not a fan of 9.5 either. I mean, Mord actually did a set ranking recently, and I think 9.5 was fairly low. Yeah, Silver 4-star can actually carry as well, so that's kind of nice. Favorite set, funnily enough, is 9.0. It is so messed up if you think about it. I had the most fun I ever had in TFT was 9.0. And the least fun I ever had in TFT was 9.5. It is so messed up that a mid set would cause this much damage, but it did. 7.5 ranks pretty low for me. It's definitely bottom third.
I will break their line.
Yeah, TF, I don't know, like TF kind of needs a buff. I've tried playing a lot of Twisted Fate, and while I enjoyed the whole bonus loot mechanic, I feel like they kept them undertuned at the moment on the playtest. They're really afraid of, because like TF has a weird thing where he bounces his auto attacks and then everybody gets tanked, and then when he casts, all the tags deal damage. And I feel like they're really afraid of this getting out of hand. So they kind of like purposely left him undertuned. Also because he gives a bunch of bonus resources, right? He gives you a bunch of bonus gold. Yeah, so here you can... one of the problems you can see with Malphite 3 is actually too squishy. Malphite 3 is very squishy. That's a problem. What does it mean to fire the Planet Cracker? It means you auto-win the game. It means you kill every remaining player in the lobby and you auto-win.
I'm here to win. That's it. Stand and fight.
I mean, maybe if yeah, maybe once I have an arena that fits more towards the art style, it's gonna clash less with the baseboard. I will not reach Twisted Fate 3-star. The game is almost over. Unfortunately, we're reaching the end here. No, Crew doesn't have any emblems. Like, Crew and Mecha don't have any emblems. Yeah, so here you can see Malphite 3 is too squishy, so he gets he dies too fast. And then, yeah, and then Siva can't carry anymore. So that was Malphite Hero. Overall, really fun, but I really recommend to take the 4-star power up for Malphite. It's really important. So yeah, that's my take on Mr. Malphite. Okay, I'll show you one game more, and then we're gonna be a little bit of theory crafting slash explaining, answering questions. Let me do one more game. Let me see. What game do I want to show? This one was kind of terrible. I think I'll just go for this one. This one here. Okay. Good. You can play this set like everybody else on Tuesday evening. Currently, this is a recording from a playtest.
Their final moments approach.
Yes, they did cel shade the models. That's why they look a bit different. tiny little part of the music sounds like Digimon intro and that's killing me. That sounds awesome. Can you get Echo 3-star? There is a scaling for it, but currently I don't know how. How would you get Echo 3? You would need 6 large champion duplicators. Plus the Isekai augment. Like, how is that possible? How do you get 6 large duplicators? I wouldn't go as far as calling this Borderlands aesthetics. I mean, Borderlands is pretty heavy on the cell shading. This is pretty light. It's a very light cell shading. Cannon Hero makes him ranged? Yes. I actually did have a Cannon Hero game, but it was alright. You will find a way. I will try. I mean, the easiest way is Pilfer, right? Just make a custom lobby with Pilfer and then... so that's a great selection, by the way. Oh, I wanted to say something regarding Silvermare Dawn. There's something really cool with Silvermare Dawn. Well, for starters, Jin is in the game, and Jin has locked attack speed, which means that I believe Jin is unfazed by the attack speed reduction of Silvermare. And also, there's a power-up that locks your attack speed. I don't know exactly what was the name of it, but there's a power-up that pretty much says this champion has like 0.7 base attack speed and it's like set in stone. Mordog with the raid, holy macaroni. Just in time. I hope you guys had fun watching Worlds. I only caught the last game. Sorry to hear. I think NA did not make it, right? Sorry to hear about that. Oh my god. I'm getting Mordog. Wait, quick. Wait, I need to
want to remove a little bit of those. I'll call them Leduc shenanigans.
I need to be fast. Support items are awesome. Shadow items are awesome. Set 5 was awesome. What else? What does Mordog hate?
Mordog.
Zephyr was the greatest item ever. Minus 5,000 viewers. Yeah, Ramos should never have been added. Oh no, wait, actually, he likes Mazaha and he hates Ramos, right? Oh yeah, what the Forge should never have been removed. Oh, right, we got that one. What the Forge is like the best augment ever, it should never have been removed. So yeah, here's kind of an interesting combo.
Did you know that working out with set makes you bigger?
So here's an interesting power-up. Every 3 seconds, you deal max health of opponent's health, and you also deal this damage every time somebody gets stunned. And this has kind of cool synergy with Cannon, because Cannon like stuns 2 people, which procs Horizon, and it procs the strong Spark. And as an opener, that's kind of interesting. I thought it was a...
Oh my god, that was...
So Horizon Cannon is probably one of the better openers you can go for in stage 2. This also, I think it also works with the Cannon Hero augment, because I think Cannon Hero still stuns people, even though he's ranged. This is currently what we're watching is a recording from playtest. So some influencers / streamers that took part in a playtest. And I'm kind of like showing some of my recordings from those. And you can play set 15. For Europe, it's like Tuesday evening. So right now we have Sunday, so it's like, I don't know, like 48 hours from now? Like 40, I think it's like around 48 hours from now. Maybe a little bit more, 50 hours. 50 hours from now. Set 15 should be on the PBE server. And then you can play it yourself. Any anime I watched this season? Oh, there's a lot actually. I really like Hikaru was really nice, and obviously Dandadan. But yeah, there was a lot of good shows this season. The follows are blocking the video. Oh. Did I watch Worlds? I only caught the end. I actually wanted to know when Worlds end so I can start my stream. Yeah, I don't follow that much competitive TFT esports. I mean, the problem like is pretty much like yeah, I mean they removed What the Forge, right? And you can't win the world championship with What the Forge anymore, so I dropped Gacha Kuta. I didn't like it. What do you think about the art style this set? I like it. I know, like, I mean, the problem is I think there's a lot of people who like it. They just, it's like the internet problem, right? If you like something, you don't really talk about it, and if you dislike something, you're vocal about it. So let's actually let's try to do the following. If you like the cell shading, thicker line art style of set 15, write in the chat right now. It's like, hey, I like this, or 1 or whatever. Just spam the chat if you like this art style, because then, and if nobody if like nobody writes anything, then you kind of know it's like, okay, a lot of people dislike this, but overall I like it. Like I've never had issues with this art style. Do I watch the Romance this seasons? I watched the first episodes, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue watching them. I like everything TFT gives. Yeah, I think that's actually okay. This is actually an interesting problem, which is the art style might clash a bit with the basic board. So if we take a board from set 15, or just one of the like better looking boards, the art style might look very, very different. So I think this is a fair criticism, right? The art style might clash a bit with the basic board, but if you have a board that actually sort of like enhances the art style, it might look better. This cannon is cool, yeah. He reminds me a little bit of the set 10 cannon, but I think set 10 cannon was a bit better with Horizon, because I think didn't he stun 4 times? Oh, no, maybe he stunned 2 times, but he had true damage, right? That's why he was so good. I don't think this art style will age well. I mean, it doesn't have to age long. It's gonna be an art style that's exclusive to set 15. So this is the whole thing about TFT, right? If you don't like something, you get something new in 4 months. He stunned 2 units 2 times. Oh, I mean, that was kind of broken with Horizon. And like, so you had two units stunned twice plus bonus true damage. Yeah, okay, that was a little bit better.
For tranquility.
Kaiser Supreme Cell. Supreme Cell is a weird trade, one that I haven't really gotten that much, because so Supreme Cell is like what do you call it? It's a bit like Imperial, I guess. It's like it only has 4 units, which is Cannon, Darius, Kaiser, and Akali. Darius, Kaiser, and Akali can all be carries, while Cannon is just pure frontline unless you have the hero augment. But the problem is, like, none of these units actually synergize with each other, which is kind of weird to... It's really weird to combine them, because all of these units have a different purpose. Cannon, your tank, like Darius is your classical tier 3 melee bruiser, like infinite ults, infinite dunks. Kaiser is like an infinite 80 scaling unit, and Akali is just KDA assassin, pretty much. And it's kind of weird to combine all of these units together for the trade. So I struggled with the Supreme Cell in a playtest. It's like, especially the 3-piece, I feel like the 3-piece only exists so you don't feel bad if you want to go for the 4-piece. And so you can like, so you feel like you're getting something. But yeah, Supreme Cell seems to be like a 2 or 4 type trade. So it's like every time you play like Darius carry, you want to have Supreme Cell for sure. Which means you have to play one of the other Supreme Cell units. But even if you play Darius carry, you'd rather go deep into heavyweights than to go deep into Supreme Cell. And that's what makes the trade a little bit weird. How does the mana system feel overall? It's actually took some time to get used to it. So something I kind of enjoyed a bit in TFT was that you had like a backliner, and then the assassin would reach the backliner, but because the backliner would take damage, you would get like a lot of mana, and then you could sort of like retaliate. You could come back. So the AD carry would be like, oh, you just dealt a lot of damage, I'm gonna Caitlyn ult you in the face. That one's gone. There's no more Caitlyn ulting in the face. Which is a bit sad, because like, yeah, a Caitlyn can't gain mana anymore from damage taken. And also obviously the really big one, yeah, MF is a good example as well. And also really good example is Spectral Cutlass. Because in the past I showcased comps like the Powder Keg or the Isha comp. So we put like a Spectral Cutlass on a Powder and then we sent her in the backline. The only reason why this strat worked is because you gained a lot of mana from damage taken. But that's gone, right? Like now if I send a Powder in the backline, she would only gain mana from her own auto attacks and a little bit of mana regen, which means the whole strategy wouldn't work anymore. It still works with... It would work with someone like Darius if he has the spin. Because Darius, I think... Actually, wait, no. If Darius is a fighter, it wouldn't work. So it would have to be a tank. So you can still send a tank into the backline with Cutlass and then gain mana from damage taken. But yeah, overall, I feel like that strategy is kind of dead now. Yeah, all the frontline stuff is also kind of dead now. So there's no more front more, the frontline Kog'Maw, there's no more frontline Powder. All of these comps are kind of dead now. Because there's zero advantage to having them in the first or the second row. They just take damage and there's no benefit. I think people will get used to the art style fast. I don't know, like for me, I don't know, maybe I have high tolerance for this type of stuff, but it never bothered me when I was playing. I actually kind of liked it. No more one cost BT Lux. Oh god, yeah. Well, guys, even if we pin the message, people are not gonna read it. I've been on Twitch long enough to know that nobody reads titles, nobody reads pinned messages, and nobody reads patch notes. I've been on Twitch long enough to know this, which means I just gave up.
We have the momentum.
I'm confused. Mana from damage taken only works on frontline units? Oh, so every unit has an archetype now. So you can be like a magic tank, or you can be an attack fighter, or you can be an attack caster or whatever. And all of these archetypes have their own unique bonus. And so for example, like the AP casters have like 7 mana per auto attack and 2 base mana regen. And the tanks are like different because if you have the tank archetype, that's the only archetype in the game that can gain mana from damage taken. So I think I'd have to check. I think Swain counts as a magic tank because he's Bastion. So Swain, you can do a Stoneblade Swain in the front line. Yeah, he's magic tank. So because he's tank, that means he gains mana from damage taken. So I can do like an isolated Stoneblade Swain in the front, and he will gain mana and therefore cast more often. But if I put like a Darius isolated in the front, then I think he's... I don't know, what was the thing for Darius? I'm trying to remember. It might be like 80 fighter or something. So yeah, if you don't have the tag tank in the archetype, then you can't gain mana from damage taken. Currently I can't hover over everything because this is a recording. What are the Dragon Balls flying around the unit? That's from an augment. It's called something with 7. There was something. The way the augments works is pretty simple. Every time you defeat a player, so there's like 7 enemies in your lobby, right? Every time you defeat one, you get a ball, and if you defeated everyone once, you get loot. So it's like a different take on Warpath. Except you have to like beat every player exactly once. And once you've gotten the loot, it repeats. So now now you have to be like, I have to beat everybody again. And if I manage to do this again, I get better loot. Am I German? Yes, I am German. Am I doing content creation full time? Yes. I mean, I do it for like 2-3 months a set. Usually I don't do any content, like, if a set cycle is like 4 months, I don't really do that much on the last month, but I do full-time content creation in the first 2-3 months. Solo leveling and aura farming does sound like good augments, yeah. So solo leveling is a really funny augment where you reduce your team size to 1 in stage 2. That unit gets like massively buffed, and for every unit you kill, you gain XP. So it truly is solo leveling. It was definitely a really funny augment, I have to say. What happens if there are less than 8 players? I think you get the auto... I think you get the auto ball. Because there used to be this problem with... What was the trait called? Was it Conqueror or was it something else? There used to be a trade where you had to beat the other players. And they had to solve this problem when people died and you didn't manage to face them yet. I think it was Conqueror. Or was it Emissary? Noxus? I don't know. Noxus? I don't know. One of those. Emissary, Noxus, Conqueror. It was one of those.
First time for everything.
Oh, Call to Chaos? Guys! Call to Chaos gives you an RNG golem. Radiant item, artifact, and completed item. That's a new outcome from Call to Chaos. Damn. Oh, so the reason why this makes sense is all these support items are gone, which means that they had to add new Call to Chaos outcomes. Call to Chaos used to give you... Wait, what? It was dummies, right? There was a dummy with Zeke and a dummy with Locket. Those outcomes are gone, which means that now one of the new outcomes is the RNG golem. At least I think the items are random. Maybe they're like slightly tailored, I'm not sure. I mean, I only gotten this once, so it's a little bit hard for me to judge if it's zero tailoring or slight tailoring.
One purpose.
Random between presets. That could be, yeah. Could be random. Like there could be multiple goal. Like I feel like if you go triple random item, it's gonna grief you too much, I think. The power removers. Do they remove the trait like Classy and let you put it on another unit? No, they just reset it. So if you use the power remover on one, like if I use the, so these purple things on the left side, they're called power removers. Currently, I have a power on Swain and I have a power on Cannon. So if I use this remover, it's gonna remove the bonus power from either Cannon or Swain. It's gonna give me the Devil Fruit again. And then I can use that Devil Fruit on anybody that I want. And then I have 3 new choices. The way I understood it is like there's a really small bad luck protection in the game that you can't see the 3 choices from the last time on the same unit. So very short example, if I use it on Kale and it's gonna give me like utility, like it's gonna give me, I don't know, Sunfire, Shred, and double attacks or whatever, and I don't want this, and I remove it and I do it again, I can't see these 3 specifically for the next one. So there can't be any duplicates back to back, but after that you can see them again. So it's like it's a one-time bad luck protection, or like a back-to-back. Let's call it a back-to-back bad luck protection. But it's very minor. You can still fish for outcomes, obviously, but it is hard to fish for something specific. People are going to go for best in slot with the removers. Yes. Like I said, like if you're playing tier 1 reroll, I think it's actually really important to get the 4-star one. I can see that one getting nerfed, by the way. Like Tankzilla, for example, that one's really nasty. Also, wait. Wait, I need to check. Does Tankzilla proc Horizon? Because Cannon has Horizon and he has a board-wide stun from Horizon. I think this works, right? After 12 seconds, he AoE stuns and it should proc Horizon on everyone. I'm pretty sure this works. Am I coaching? No, I'm not coaching anymore. I'm a for fun content TFT creator. Mentor pair well with Mighty Mech. Do you think it's a good comp? I mean, Mech is gonna see a lot of play. Mech was really strong. Super Secret Evil Tech is gone. It was already gone in set 14 because they removed Spite.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Am I coaching how to be a for fun player? I don't think anybody should be coaching that. That's not worth any money. The jumping in anomaly that stunned everything used to work with Horizon. Yeah, I think it's kind of the same. Actually, this anomaly that you just talked about, that's an augment now. There is an augment.
We did kind of want to remove a little bit of those. I'll call them Leduc shenanigans.
Oh, wait, 1 second. Let's check out the Horizon first because I need to remember this. So the question is, does the AoE stun, like we check like Yumi in the top right? Yeah, it works, right? It's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, Horizon with Tankzilla is
Your
actually
move,
kind of
Leduc.
it's a decent combo, I would say. Horizon Jarvan plus Tankzilla. Jarvan AoE stun into Tankzilla stun. That's a lot of Horizon damage, so could be a cool combo, to be honest. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be getting rid of Cannon and just play Jarvan, I think. I think Protva, Vamox, Horizon, Jarvan with Tankzilla would actually be amazing here. And then go deeper into Strategist. So
Did you know that working out with Set makes you bigger?
what I should have done this game is just ditch all of these Sorcerers, look for Jarvan, look for Strategist, and just go completely into like Strategist plus Legendaries. Give the Cannon item to Jarvan, and I think that would have been a really amazing board. But unfortunately, I was still learning the set at that time, so now that I think about it, like, you know, when I have time to think about it, I would know how to play it from this position, but in the moment I was like, what do these units do? I have no idea.
Unworthy of my blades.
Yeah, what I wanted to say is that there is an augment that your most left unit on the bench gets thrown onto the board after 6 seconds and it stuns everybody in an AoE radius. That is very, very similar to that one anomaly. So that anomaly kind of made a return as an augment. I think it's a prismatic, actually. I don't think you can fruit any summoned units, as far as I know. I think there is a way to buff the mech a bit, but not fully sure how. Yeah, support items are gone, so all of them are gone. Am I a real duck or a French duck? I'm a German duck. Quack, quack. Wait, that didn't sound German enough. Quack, quack. Yeah, that's a German duck. Yeah, honestly, the one thing I'm actually sad about with the support items is Zizirot. And maybe Banshees. I think these two. I didn't care for the rest. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did not care for any support items. Maybe, I mean, I cared a bit for the Spite and Treasure Chest combo with Trenchcoat, but that one was pretty rare. I did like the Void Spawn Zizirot strat, that one was fun. I did like using Banshees, but yeah. The other support items, honestly, even I didn't really care for them. If you put Horizon on the champions that left on the bench and it procs when it jumps in. Yes, that should work. I'm pretty sure that works. Treasure Chest Zac was fun. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, Protagonist is giga broken. They're gonna have to nerf that augment a lot.
They insist on a fight. I will oblige.
I like Locket and Treasure Chest. Yeah, I guess I mean, I think there is a chest replacement, but it's a bit different. I think there's like a chest consumable thing that gives you a tailored item if you put it on the unit or something like that. What does Gwen do? Gwen is like a 3-piece ult. So first ult is like needles, second ult is more needles, And then the third ult is board-wide damage. And whoever is close to the needle threads, they take more damage. So right now, everybody who's like close to these needle threads takes more damage. So now it's board-wide ults. Bam. So Gwen's ability is actually kind of interesting because it truly is board-wide, right? It's not like she only deals damage where the threats are. She literally has like the fabled Cho'Gath ultimate where the entire board gets hit. The way it's balanced is that she spreads the damage between each unit hit. But it's still pretty cool. Like I like Gwen. I mean, you see it here, 7.1k damage. That was nice. The new loose streak trait is called Crystal Gambit. Why is Ken dealing so much damage? It's because he has Horizon Focus and he has a power-up called Tankzilla, which is an AoE stun to the entire enemy board. And this AoE stun is proccing the Horizon Focus. So I pretty much get, like, not only do I get 2 Horizon procs on every cast, I also get a board-wide Horizon proc. It's like, kind of like a Victor ult, I guess. A Victor with Horizon. Are the consumables from set 14 gone? Yes, I think so. I read support items would be removed the set. Is this right? Yes, they're all gone. Surprised you don't have you full stats on. Yeah. Is Archangel big on her? I mean, Gwen has a lot of items she can potentially use. She might be just a dual double hand of justice type unit, but we'll see. Why is Ken frontline again? I mean, he is a one range unit at the moment. I don't know, I tried something really weird this game where I tried Vertical Sorcerer and I tried to keep the cannon. But quite frankly, I wouldn't play this again. I would use cannon into Jarvan and then swap into a strategist board. But yeah. Yeah, the top 4 screen is also a little bit divisive because like people are like, oh, it's really cool for the first 5 times and then it's kind of whatever. But I actually like it because people are like, oh, I wanted to do something or whatever, and it's like, no, dude, it's like 3 seconds long. Like, chill. It's like it's not like set working out makes you bigger, right? The top 4 screen is fairly short. I didn't really feel like it was. I didn't really feel like I could take like a toilet break during it or something. Do you feel the inflation is better to set? Yes, I touched upon this earlier, but one of the things that bothered me in set 14 is the hex were like inflating. So the set mechanic was inflating. The set mechanic for 15 is not inflating. It's like neutral. Getting a power snacks does not give you gold. And removing a power snacks does not give you gold. The entire set mechanic is very neutral. Which means that overall, outside of like Scuttle games, I didn't really feel the game was inflated with gold. You can actually pivot your entire board in stage 5-5, Lusha. There's a really funny augment called Psychic Forge, I believe it's called. The way it works is that, I'll just make an example, okay? I buy this Varus, and then I sell the Gwen, and I give the Varus on the bench 3 items. Like I give him Jeweled, Eon, and Hodge. What the Psychic Forge does is that at the start of the next round, it transforms the Jeweled, the Hodge, and the Eon on the Varus on my bench into Varus items. So the game's gonna give me like Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer, Guardbreaker, or something like that. So you can actually do full pivots. you can be like, oh, I hit that 2-star legendary and I have Psychic Forge. So you can like take your AP items, put them on your 80, put them on the 80 unit on the bench and make a full pivot. What is that golem? That's an outcome from Call to Chaos. It's like Pandora's items, but you tailor on the bench. Yeah. I mean, it's called Forge, right? So it's more based on Fine Vintage and what the Forge, but... What has been your best cooking so far? I mean, I showed some of my best games already before the raid. I showcased Varus 2-star with Mana Zane Doom Barrage, which was like perma-ulting from start to finish, dealing 20k damage. I showcased Echo 2-star with the Isekai Augment with Mana Zane and Dawn Core to like perma-freeze my opponents from start to finish. That was also very fun. And I showcased the Malphite Hero Augment, and now this is the 4th game that I've showed, which is like a weird sorcerer type game. This guy is playing Mentor Reroll, by the way. It's like Yasuo 3 with Udyr. I mean, I don't think he has Udyr 3, but Mentor Reroll is definitely gonna be a thing. It's a very powerful trait. Soul Fighter is also pretty cool. So I think every Soul Fighter can get this. So for example, you can play Callista, then take the Soul Fighter, and then just never play any other Soul Fighters. And then you get the bonus from the 4-piece trait. So that's kind of cool. Like, that's because it's especially good for Gwen, I think. Because Gwen is like a unit you might want to add in the late game, but you don't want to commit into adding Soul Fighter units. So by doing the Soul Fighter power up, you can benefit from the bonus true damage, the bonus AP stats, without actually committing any units to it. I definitely like that. Have I uploaded anything onto YouTube? I uploaded my first impressions on the main channel. I will upload 3 gameplay videos tomorrow morning on the 2nd channel. Also, I'm not gonna get through all of my playtest games today, so I will be streaming tomorrow and the day after, and go through all of my playtest games. I mean, not all of them are great. Testing during a playtest when you don't know the set is rough. Yeah, I just got mech'd really hard there. Aatrox Lucian reroll. That guy got me pretty good. Okay, let's see. What does chat want to see? I mean, I can probably show you one more really cool game. Let's see. Shen Hero was fun. Darius was fun. I think I'm gonna show you the... Okay, guys, you can choose. Do you want to see a Vi Hero Augment that prints a lot of gold? Or do you want to see a Mana Zane Luden's Callista Soul Fighter? Which one do you want to see? Tell me in the chat. Why do I dislike inflation? I dislike it if it becomes too much. In short. Oh, it's actually a little bit split. Interesting. May I just show you both? Okay, you know, screw it. I'll just show you both. I'll start with Callista and then we do the Vi game after. Okay, Soul Fighter. Wait, which one was it? Let me just take a sneak peek. I need to figure out if I have the right game. Yeah, this is the right game. What placement was that? Was it this one? Okay, one sec. Yeah, I think it's the right game. Let's just watch this. Okay, let's go. Loot subscription. Also, I really like Callista. One of my favorite T1 units that ever existed. It's like a set 5 Callista reprint, but I love that Callista. Callista and Caitlyn are among my favorite units. What do you think of the Lulu unit? It's actually, she's really fun, I think. I'm gonna be playing her a lot more once the PBE goes up in a few days. I've not played a lot of Rise. I actually skipped Mentor for the most part, but I did get beat up by a lot of Rise players. One guy had a Rise 3-star as well. That one really hurt. I think Callista was the same between 5 and 5-5. She was just Abomination, right? And Abomination, I believe, didn't really get changed that much. I've not checked which units can do 1-4, but 1-4 is easier nowadays. In the past, we had caster minions and melee minions, but this was changed. Nowadays, PvE minions are only melee. And because it's like 4 melee minions, it's actually a lot easier to deal with than 2 melees and 2 casters. Any chance the set might be your favorite one? I wouldn't go that far. Like, the problem is, like, judging a set based on, like, I don't know, 2 days of playtesting, when the set is not even out yet, right? It's a bit much. I can give you a first impression, which for the most part was positive. I thought the set was good. It made a good first impression. Like, for example, like set 14 made a really bad first impression. But because of like the set 14 had so many reprints and I really disliked the set mechanic. But with like set 15, it had a good first impression. I really like the set mechanic. I think it's a super fun set mechanic. And I'm looking forward to trying to cook with it. I'm perfectly fine with the art style, even though I know a lot of people don't like it. If I had one complaint, or like let's call it a fear, not a complaint, okay? Let's call it a fear. If I have one fear is that I feel like the unit design might have been a bit too tame. Especially on the legendary side. Because like we had some really cool legendaries. Like, I don't know, like the set 12 Smolder was like so much fun. And even stuff like Aurora in set 14. These types of legendaries are like set 14 actually had pretty good legendaries. Garen was great, Zek was fun, Urgot was decent, Aurora was really fun. So like set 14 had good legendaries. This set, I felt like the legendaries are fine. They definitely, I would say though set 14 had better legendaries than set 15. But like I said, like set 14 actually had really strong legendaries. That was like one of the, definitely the high points of the set. I just like how there's no dedicated support units. So what I noticed is there are utility power-ups. There's power-ups that give you Thunder and Shred. There's power-ups that give you anti-heal. There are power-ups that give you a Zephyr effect where you can snipe the enemy carry. So there is utility in the set, but it's more in the set mechanic and less in the units. I mean, you can also call Prodigy. Prodigy gives mana regen to your entire team. So that one technically counts as utility. Oh yeah, this Kalista, by the way, Soul Fighter Kalista is so satisfying to play. You should totally play this if you get the chance. So the way Soul Fighter works is fairly simple. It's you gain 80 and AP every few seconds until like 8 stacks, I think. And when you're max stacks, you get bonus true damage. So it's a fairly simple trait to understand. You just want to stall a bit, and then you have like bonus true damage to deal with the opponents. And Kalista just has, I don't know, man, this unit has such a satisfying ultimate. She throws a spear with very high single target damage to the furthest unit, which means you can control the targeting a bit with positioning. And also if she overkills, the spear keeps flying. So even if she hits like a frontliner that's like almost dead, most of the damage continues into the corner. Is the audio breaking? Not that I know of. Can do this. Maybe that helps a bit, but Kalista targeting shenanigans. I will actually show you some Kalista targeting shenanigans in this game. Because Kalista is one of the 6 positioning candidates. Because it's furthest unit, high single target damage. So you can do a lot of positioning manipulation to snipe the enemy corners. Like, it's like the medi positioning thing. They didn't touch artifacts. So they added a new artifact called Dawn Core, which reduces max mana and also reduces more mana per cast. So it's gone. That's like a replacement for blue buff. It's actually a pretty good artifact. I think it's a really fun artifact as well, because it really plays into the power fantasy of permacasting, and it pairs really well with Mana Zane. outside of that, I think the artifacts mainly stay the same, except that there's no more mana, right? Like, it's only mana region now.
I choose this fight.
Yeah, so Udyr is a mentor, which the way it works is that you want to play like, oftentimes you want to play like one mentor, especially if it fits with a trait. Udyr gives you 80 and AP to the entire team. Yasuo gives you attack speed. Kobuko, I think, gives you HP or durability, one of the two. And Ryze gives you mana per auto attack, I think. Ryze has like the old, I think he has the old Guild Bard effect, if I'm not mistaken. Are there bonus on pen emblems? Yes, they are, but I checked them and there was nothing. Oh, this is Mundo Hero, by the way. Look at this. Mundo Hero is hilarious. He throws cleavers that, like, he actually loses HP every time he throws his cleaver. But yeah, this guy is gonna be really funny later. We're gonna keep an eye out on him. Mundo Hero Augment is one of the funniest hero augments in the set. Pretty much emissary. Well, there is one difference, which is if you play 4 mentors, they are the only ones who are getting buffed. So 1 mentor buffs everyone, and 4 mentor only buffs mentors. So it's like, you can think of it like a lot of comms can fill one slot with like Lulu or Twisted Fate or a mentor. But you can play 4 mentor reroll with like Udyr 3 and Yasuo 3. Yeah, they also upgrade their spells at 4, so there is a mentor reroll comp, but you can also just play them as fillers, like it's like, oh, I need a duelist, so I'm gonna be playing Udyr because he also gives my team a buff. Yeah, it's like mentors are good, like good splash units, especially Ryze. Ryze actually has, wait, what was? I'm trying to remember. Was Ryze strategist, executioner, and mentor? Was that? I think those were his 3 traits, right? Like Ryze is like the ultimate filler unit in a way, because I think he has strategist, which is super valuable, and he grants bonus mana on auto attacks as the mentor buff, I think. So yeah, Ryze is gonna be the ultimate filler unit. Did you give Kalista Devil Fruit? Yes, that's the set mechanic. They're called power snacks, but honestly we can just call them Devil Fruits. How many Soul Fighter units are in the game? I think it's 7, if I'm not mistaken. Do we have a 4-cost AoE stunner? Yes, it's Jarvan. He's a mech strategist, has AoE stun. Oh yeah, right, I wanted to mention something regarding frying pans. So most of the frying pan effects are like, you know, like the Sorcerer emblem gives more AP, the Bastion converts like armor into AD and Amara into AP. It's like these types of effects. Unfortunately, I was looking for something like Vanguard, you know, but unfortunately we didn't have anything like that. There was like Prodigy was okayish. Prodigy gives you a shield to the lowest, like the Prodigy emblem. Whenever that unit casts, you get a shield on the lowest health unit based on the amount of mana you spend. Oh yeah, here you see the positioning. Do you see that? Yeah, that's the Medi the Betty positioning. Create a space and then have Kalista throw through the corner and one-shot the enemy carry in the corner. That's also really, really good with Ludens. Ludens Kalista is gonna be a big thing because you manipulate the positioning to get the Kalista spear in the backline, and then the Overkiller is gonna proc Ludens in the backline and you just auto win the fight. Titans is really good now, yes. Fishbones works with the furthest. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, the targeting doesn't change. If the ability says furthest, then it doesn't matter. Fishbones matters for if you ult on your auto attack target, but Kalista doesn't do that. Why is Titans better now? If you're fully stacked, you gain CC immunity. So it has like a built-in QSS type effect, which is kind of cool. Did Shoko quit TFT? I mean, he might do a small return for set 15. I don't know. I don't know if he likes set 15 or not, but he was pretty done with it the last time I checked. The current consumable, the purple thing on the left, is a power remover. It's like, if I wanted to change the Callista power, I could use it. You can also just sell the unit. You don't have to use the remover. The remover is if you want to keep the unit, otherwise you just sell it. And then you save up the remover. Sniper's focus Ludens will be insane. Yeah. Callista is gonna have so many cool item combos. Yeah, here you can see how the Darius has the QSS effect, right? Because the Titans is fully stacked. Does his next fruit have new effect for hero augment unit? I don't know if I fully understand the question. I mean, I think the power snakes does take into consideration if you have a hero or not. Because it's also like the possible options are also based on archetypes. You missed Duncan Darius. I mean, the Darius here is actually pretty good. The way Darius works is that he's a bruiser, like heavyweight is just bruiser. You definitely want to go heavy into heavyweight because it also gives bonus 80, which is good for Darius. And Darius has like a gimmick where he deals more damage to tanks. So it's much easier for Darius to get through the front line, but it's a little bit harder for him to one-shot the back line. I think he has something like 60 bonus damage against the tank archetype. But I like Darius. I actually have a really good Darius game that I played.
And a spear behind it.
But yeah, I think overall Darius was fun. I will definitely play him a lot. My first impressions of the set was positive. I liked the set. I had fun in the playtest. I wanted to keep playing.
No more games.
I did not play Monster Trainer. I'm sorry. I did not play it. I played against it a bunch, but I did not play it myself. I didn't have that much games. I mean, I had a decent amount of games, but there's like I was not able to test everything. What is the Gamba comp? It's Crystal. It's the Crystal Gambit, it's called. It kind of works like Heartsteel. It's like an interesting trade. You can play it as a 3-piece lose streak trade. And it kind of works like Heartsteel. If you do the 5-piece, you can min-max a bit for bonus loot. But you actually have to kill units for that. And then the 7-piece is bonus points. So the 7-piece is required. You're gonna have to like double down and have the 7-piece if you want the big cash outs. Which means finding an emblem and finding a legendary unit. So that's not gonna be easy. But the emblem is craftable. Is Echo a good unit? I showcased a pretty good Echo game today. I mean, he did have 2 artifacts, but he was really good. I liked him. It doesn't matter what I add in the stream title, people. I've said this before, I'll sell the game. I will say it again. People don't read Twitch titles, they don't read pinned messages, and they don't read patch notes. Just give up. I've just given up on this whole thing. The key mechanic of the set is called the power snacks. You can see it right here. In stage 3-6, you get a second one. You get one in the early game and you get one in 3-6. So this is a devil fruit that spawns on your board. You pick it up. And now you can put it on a unit. And now you get 3 possible power-ups. And you can do this multiple times. You can sell a unit to get the power-up to try again. And you also have a specific remover to try again. I'm pretty sure that one time I put a text that was taking up like at least half of my screen, and people still came into the chat and asked a question that the thing was answering, the text. Because the people clicked on the stream and then they wrote the question without actually watching the stream. I've had this happen, so I honestly, whatever. Yeah, you can be pretty flexible with it if you want. You can definitely, you have multiple removers, you have multiple power snacks. You can sell units. You can be very creative with your powers. You're not always gonna get the best in slot. Like, you can't guarantee something, but you can at least try multiple times. My favorite unit might actually be Callista. I think I just love Callista, man. This, like, she was my favorite unit in set 5 besides Teemo, and I don't know, it's just, for me, this version of Callista is one of my favorite tier 1 designs. They're starting encounters like always, but I don't think they added anything crazy. Petition to make a mighty mech duck? Maybe. It sounds a bit difficult to make. What is Callista best in slot? Well, she's Executioner, which means she gets spell crit from the trait, which I'm currently ignoring, and I shouldn't. So she does not need Infinity Edge. You can get by without Infinity Edge. Having some sort of attack speed like Ginzo for mana generation is not a bad idea, because otherwise it takes too long for her to ult. Yeah, actually give her Mana Zane here. Like my third Mana Zane game. But what I wanted to say, yeah, so like having some sort of mana generation is a good idea. I think having one crit item could make sense to increase the crit chance for the spear, because like if you're only running 2 executioners, having like maybe a guard breaker or something is not a bad idea. And outside of that, it's just damage, right? Like Giant Slayer, Deathblade. Probably she's gonna be a unit that's gonna be playing a lot of Deathblade here. It is the Mono hero again. Oh, he's getting wrecked by my... Actually, is he getting wrecked by my Callista? The guy's almost killing himself there. See, this is a fight where in the past you would get in the past you would gain mana from damage taken in a spot like this, and you don't anymore. Which is why like having mana generation from attack speed is definitely more important than before. I do think that like, I don't know, Gold Collector or Guard Breaker is probably a good idea in Callista. Ooh, look at that. Portable Forge. Ooh, Ludens, Callista. But now it's actually kind of annoying. Like, which item do you remove? Do you remove Ginzo? Do you remove Guard Breaker?
We can do this.
But yeah, Ludens Callista is sick, especially with if you manipulate positioning. Yeah, I think with Mana Zane she doesn't need the Ginzo. You probably just min-max the damage with Mana Zane, Guard Breaker and Ludens, but quite frankly I don't remember what I do here. Oh, was this the... No, this was not the game where I stacked Rise. Oh no! I'm an idiot. Okay, whatever. I guess I do Guard Breaker Rise? Nah. Ah, whatever. Yeah, I don't think it was a Ginzo angle. It was a Guard Breaker angle, but it's always hard when you're learning a set. And oh, that was an interesting spear that actually hit a unit. There was like a unit flying in the air from the wrestler trait. She actually, it looked like she was inting, but she wasn't. She actually sniped the unit there. Thoughts on prismatic traits being quests? I think it's a good change. I disliked the Trainer Golem encounter because it became this level 9 rush with emblems. And I think chasing after a quest is a bit more fun than just chasing level 9 with 2 emblems. I think that it's a little bit more interesting. Also, it's easier to balance, which is nice, right? Because like if the condition for the prismatic is too easy, Riot can just make it harder. In the past, it was kind of annoying. Having to balance 10 street demons is annoying because if it's too weak, casuals are gonna be mad. If it's too strong, competitive is gonna be mad. But now it's a little bit easier to adjust how rare it is. So the way Soul Fighter works, the moment you have 8 Soul Fighter, a quest starts. And the quest is deal 99 player damage. And if you reach 99 player damage, the Soul Fighter trait will become a prismatic, which means that it's gonna be crazy. Right now you can see deal 99 damage to players, 27. So I dealt 27 out of 99 damage, and if I reach 99, I get a prismatic trait. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a little bit of tuning to be done with Kale. Kale is honestly worse than Kalista. Like, Kale needs a few nerfs. This unit was wreaking havoc in the playtest. I do think, so I think Riot said something about they intentionally set the numbers too high for now. But it's really easy for Riot because I'm pretty sure they can track how often players reach the prismatic. And if the number is too low, they just make the quest easier. Right? So this is what I mean, right? It's much more annoying having to nerf the stats of 10 Street Demon. That's way more annoying than actually just how accessible is 10 Street Demon. Or in this case, Soul Fighter or whatever. I think 99 damage is a bit much. I would probably go a little bit down, like 90 or 85 or whatever. But yeah. How do you see this? There's a gap. There's a gap that Kalista wants to shoot through. Goodbye. I love this already. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even need Mana Zane and Ginzo. I just need Ludens, 2 damage items, and shooting through the gap. That's all I need. Something that's actually kind of interesting with Kalista is I think Soul Fighter lines up perfectly when she ults. So the moment she ults, Soul Fighter is max stacked and you immediately get the bonus true damage. And this is like set 5 Kalista. The quest should start before 8. I mean, it's not supposed to be easy, right? It's not supposed, like, think about how many games are supposed to end in prismatics. And the answer is not that many. You don't want all of your games to be decided by who gets the prismatic trait. That's lame. The cool thing is, Kalista is actually not the only one with this positioning. Caitlyn is the same. Caitlyn goes furthest unit. But that's cool. Does the damage count before 8 fighters? No. I believe only the damage counts the moment you activated 8 Soul Fighters. Battle Academia is actually a bit different. Battle Academia is you need 17 completed items. So it doesn't actually matter if you have 7 Battle Academia or not. If you don't have the items, you can't reach it. I did check something. So the Golem, if you have a Golem with a Battle Academia emblem, that doesn't count. That actually gives you +0 to the trade. Like +0 items to the trade. If you have the emblem itself on a champion actually does count as 1 item, and Thieves' Gloves counts as 1 item. So like temporary items do not count. And then that actually makes it pretty difficult. So 17 completed items, you kind of need something like Scuttle or Crab Rave, where you get like 2 items from the Crab Rave, from the Monster Crab. And then you still need a stage 6 carousel or something to even have a chance of getting it. Plus your augments need to give you items.
Here's a tip, and a spear behind it.
I mean, the crew prismatic is if everybody's 3-star, including Twisted Fate 3-star, you just you win the game, and then the rest of the placements is based on how much HP they had. It's kind of like the whole Kane encounter thing, except that you're guaranteed first. Is there a unit that scales with armor and MR? I think yes, there's a few. I don't know all of them on top of my head though. If somebody forfeits mid-fight, does that count towards damage quest? No. That one I'm pretty sure of because we tested this with augments in the past. There was this augment, the lunch money thing, where you get gold based on player damage. And I'm pretty sure if somebody forfeits, it counts the stage damage. Like, it counts how much, like, which stage are you in? that stage damage counts towards the augment, and that's it. Because we were thinking is like, can you intentionally forfeit to get a bunch of money from lunch money? But yeah, and it should be the same for Soul Fighter. Technically, that means that if people forfeit in your face, they can grief, quote unquote, grief you a bit by giving you less player damage to work with. Flexible, Call to Chaos. I mean, yeah, these are Trade Tracker, you know, these are the type of augments you need. I mean, if Trade Tracker is still in the game, then it should be pretty good with Battle Academia if you get a Academia emblem. Ah, goodbye! Dude, I love this. Dude, I love Luden's Callista way too much. Like, her items are actually completely pointless. I win the fight in the first cast. Like, what do I need Ginzo and Mana Zane for? Trade Tracker was removed? Okay, then yeah. But yeah, as you can see, I love Callista, man. I actually have a different... I can show you a Callista game tomorrow. I had a Callista with triple Deathblade and a power-up that increases AD and an augment that gives more AD for Deathblade.
I'm sure.
That was kind of fun. The only thing that was missing is I didn't have her 4-star. Yeah, this is a Callista 2-star, but it is 8 Soul Fighter. 8 Soul Fighter is actually a lot of bonus AD and a lot of true damage. Hype for tomorrow, you have to wait one more day. It's Tuesday evening. I would say you can expect this set to go live in 48 hours. 48 hours is a decent time estimate. Could be a little bit less, could be a little bit more, but it's a good estimate, okay? So 48 hours from right now. That's kind of when the PBE should go up, if everything goes well. Sometimes it takes a few more hours than that. It depends if the deploy went smooth or not, I think. So like it could be 50 hours, right? It could be 50 hours from now. That's possible. I mean, I think at the very start there's not that much queue. Also, it's a Tuesday. I think the really big queues happen on Friday. Because on Friday people have like time and then they want to try the new set. It's usually the first weekend where the queues are pretty bad. How many prismatic traits are there? So 8 Soul Fighter can become a prismatic if you deal 99 player damage. I think it's 7 or 8 Star Guardians can become a prismatic if you spend 20,000 mana. 7 Mecha Prime can become a prismatic if you have 3 specific augments. 2 of those are gold and 1 is prismatic. It's called the mech augments are called I will be the legs, I will be the arms, and I will be the head. I will be the head, I believe, is the prismatic one. If you have all 3 augments plus 7 mech, then you get like the Giga mech, like a prismatic mech that pretty much wins you the game. Yeah, it's like an Exodia type thing. Oh, you're right. The head thing can be gold. It can be prismatic and it can be gold, right? I feel like going for the mech prismatic, that's like where you want Golden Gala, I think. If your first encounter is Golden Gala and you get a mech augment and 2-1, that's when you can go for it. Oh, that's a big mech. Holy moly, that's a very big mech. That's scary. The guy has a Yona 2 with 2 artifacts. He has a Tactician's Crown and he has a 7 Giga mech. Yeah, I think I can't beat him anymore, right? Look at how much HP this guy has. This guy has 91 HP. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't beat him anymore. I gotta... Right, it's because this was the game where I didn't... This was the game where I rushed 9 and I couldn't find Gwen 2-star and I was really mad. Oh, small spoiler, I don't find Gwen 2-star. Yeah, small spoilers, I'm not finding Gwen 2-star in this game, which is kind of sad. Also, I think I should have tried Mana Zane Gwen in this game, but whatever. Yeah, this is a Gallium mech. The Aatrox is a unit. I hate this spoiler, I'm sorry. Wait. I was listing prismatic traits, right? There's the crew thing with like the Twisted Fate 3-star, but that one's like whatever. And am I missing one? Star Guardian, Soul Fighter, Mech, and the crew. Was there one more? I'm not sure. That might have been all of them. Oh, no, there is one more. It's there's a I think, or it was hinted that there's 10 Crystal Gambit. So technically there's a hidden prismatic, the 10 Crystal Gambit. But yeah, have fun getting 4 emblems, I guess. I mean, I will be chasing all of these prismatics. That's definitely one of my goals for this set. The ding proc after Ludens is satisfying? Yes, that's one of the reasons why I love Ludens. Now, I think the way you get the Crystal Gambit prismatic is there's probably a cash out that gives you emblems, because they did this with Fortune, if I remember this right. There was, I think it was set 11 Fortune. I think. There was one Fortune thing where there was a cash out that gave you emblems, and those emblems helped you to get the thing where the Fortune tree would join the battle and auto win you the game. And I think it's kind of like that. Like that one counted as a prismatic, I believe. Fortune was hidden. Yeah, but I think Crystal Gambit is hidden as well. I think it only shows as 7 in the tooltip. Oh, that was oh my god, that was such a good Callista spear. But man, this Yona is unkillable. He takes no damage. You know what's actually sad about this? I think I was like 1 win away from getting the prismatic here. I think I was like 18 damage away or something from getting prismatic Soul Fighter, but because this guy was high rolling and everybody else in the lobby is dead, I was like 18 damage short of getting the Soul Fighter prismatic. So really sad. Okay, that's another spoiler, but I mean at this point it's not a spoiler anymore. I'm getting crushed by this guy. But yeah, would have been cool to find like Gwen 2, win against this guy once and then get the prismatic, but yeah, it was not meant to be. It was not meant to be. You can hover over the trait, and the trait will, like, if I hover over 8 Soul Fighter, it tells me my progress. But at this point, I think I'm kind of like mentally checked out of that game. I mean, I never went for Callista. I don't disagree with rushing. I think Callista 2 rushing 8 and immediately starting the Soul Fighter quest was a good decision. Not hitting Gwen was a bit sad, and having 1 Giga High Roller in the lobby was a bit annoying. But yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I wanted to show you the Vi game, and then I think I'm gonna call it.
Oh my god.
Okay, last game for today, and the rest of the games I'll show you tomorrow. So yeah, this is last game for today. Are there funny melee rerolls? Yes. Udia 3 is really good. Recommend that one. Yasuo 3 is... I mean, Udi and Yasuo are usually both melees. Tier 3 reroll. You can do that. Oh, man, for a second I actually thought I was in a game and I wanted to click on that artifact anvil. Stupid dopamine, man. Those artifact anvil, like clicking on the stupid glowing anvil, it just releases dopamine. Are there cool ranged users so far? I mean, there's a hero Shen. Something that's actually kind of interesting regarding range increase. I will show you this tomorrow. There is a power-up that's called Stretchy Arms. It works like this. The unit gets +1 range, its ability goes for the lowest health enemy in range. And every time you kill a unit, you gain +1 range. So you don't actually need RFC anymore. You can just fish for the stretchy arms. So I will show you this tomorrow, but I had a Shen hero game with stretchy arms, so he would never move out of the corner. It was actually really good. So yeah, this is Knuckle Dusters, which is a Vi hero augment. Vi is part of the Crystal Gambit trait. Actually, let me pull up my Crystal Gambit duck. So gain 3 attack damage for each component equipped to your team. High amount of physical damage, and when Vi kills a unit, you actually get gold. Now, this artifact anvil gave me Spectral. Unfortunately, I didn't really like these 3 here. I could have went for not done yet, but I feel like, I don't know, like I could have went for the right one and just go for the scaling one. Because like I would die a lot with Vi, like Vi would die a lot, and then once she's 3-star, she gets the buff, right? So I could have taken the most right choice there. But yeah, Vi is pretty cool. When she ults, when she kills somebody with the ult, she can print gold. Yeah, so she actually gets, she prints 2 gold. 60% chance, right? So every time Vi kills somebody with the ult, 60% chance to drop 2 gold. That's actually a lot, and that escalates really fast. You will see. Does the class change to mana gen make a big difference to gameplay? It makes a bit of a difference. You definitely can tell. Vi is Juggernaut, I believe. If I'm not... Yeah, I think it's Zac, and Aatrox is heavyweight. Aatrox is triple trait because he also has Juggernaut, which is why it's active with Vi, yeah. So Vi is Crystal Gambit Juggernaut. What do I think about Protagonist Augment? Giga broken. Obviously, like, this is like where Spectral really shines. Like, Hero Spectral Vi, that's just brutal. Can always snack the carries, print a bunch of gold. That's really disgusting. Actually, I got 1 gold there. Oh yeah, I mean, this is playtest, right? Everything is work in progress, but I learned something interesting in this game, which is the gold from the Vi hero augment was not auto-collected. Which means you're gonna see this later in the game, but I constantly have to visit my opponent's board to collect the gold that I'm printing. And I can actually kind of grief them because if I wanted to. Yeah, it's because like the gold, I don't know, it's a stupid bug that the gold doesn't auto-collect if it's generated by Vi. But yeah, so right now there was a gold. Last fight I had 1 gold on the board and it did not get collected. And I think I actually lost an interest because of that. Kale is a 1 cost for some reason. She kind of feels like a tier 4 unit, but whatever. Oh yeah, also Jenna, that's one of the craziest versions we had of Jenna. So you see the gold there in the oh yeah, this guy has Trench Coat Zonya combo. Holy moly, man. Such a good combo in the early game. You see these 2 golds? Yep. They're gonna stay on his board for a while. Because I didn't realize. I thought it was auto-collect. No, I think we had hero augments on fortune units before. I think. Wasn't there Kobuko? Wasn't Kobuko like fortune in set? Which set had the fortune trait? Was it 11? I think there was a fortune Kobuko in set 11 that had a hero augment, if I'm not mistaken. Lucky Paws, yeah. That's the one. Yeah, so oh yeah, so what this Jenna does is like she has a lot of like projectiles and she can shield, obviously. She's actually kind of cracked, this Jenna. I've seen some really disgusting late game Jenna boards. And what I wanted to say regarding Janna. Oh yeah, there's a power-up that it's a really interesting power-up. It increases the amount of projectiles you have. So if you play like Janna or Yumi, I think that is probably really good, because it's like if Janna has like, I don't know, like 10 projectiles or whatever, she gets like 30% more projectiles. It's a spectral mirror I just saw. Yeah, also Lucian is AP, by the way. Don't give him Infinity Edge. He's AP caster. Yeah, that fight was rough. I almost killed 2 units and that was it. That was a really bad fight for me. No, I haven't hit any prismatic traits. I haven't seen any prismatic traits. The closest I came was the last game that I showed, where I was like 1 win away from reaching Soul Fighter prismatic. But I couldn't get it because the last guy was too strong. I think this is pre-recorded content. Yes, this is pre-recorded content from the playtest. PBE goes up Tuesday evening for Europe. Am I voicing over? Yeah. I'm not currently playing. What do you get from 10 Crystal Gambit? I don't know. Ask me in 2 months. I don't think I can even get this in 1 month. Unless we do custom lobbies. Oh, I got a component. Wait. Was that component from Vi? Holy moly. So not only do you get gold, you also get item components. Forgot about that. That's kind of disgusting. Yeah, this Vi hero, I mean, to be fair, those items are disgusting. BT Titan Spectral on this Vi is just insanity. But yeah, I assume that 10 Crystal, I assume it's the same as the 10 Fortune or 11 Fortune or whatever. I assume it's the same. If I had to take a guess, I don't actually know the answer to this, but if I had to take a guess, then I feel like the Rose thing is gonna join the board, and similar to the Fortune tree, is just gonna like auto win you all the fights. That would be my guess. I don't know if that's true or not. You can just make an account on the PBE server. There's no restriction. Yeah, I don't know. I keep looking for like a more interesting power-up for Vi, but I can't come up with anything. I probably should have went with not done yet and then go for like late game scaling. Like 40 damage jump is actually a lot. 10 health, 10 omnivamp, 40 damage jump. That's definitely worth it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm still looking for something that's more interesting. Yeah, you know when you had to get honor for the PBE, that was literally before TFT, people. When TFT when TFT was created, there was no more honor requirement for the PBE server, but I don't know, people kind of forgot about that. That honor requirement hasn't existed for like 5 years. Soon 6 years. Units that shield heal others new to this set. So in the past we had a lot of these units, like the utility units, but Riot phased them out. You can still see them from time to time in set revivals, but yeah, I don't know, like Riot just doesn't like the support archetype, the pure support unit, the pure support item. They kind of don't like that. Point being is, they removed all the support items in the set. Literally all of them are gone. So yeah, it's... we used to have a lot more in the past, and honestly, they were really fun. I love utility units. Utility units are actually among my favorite unit archetype. And support items is my favorite item archetype. So yeah, for me, this is pretty rough. The idea was like that... Riot always wants a support unit like Janna, they always want them to be able to carry if you give her AP items. I mean, in the past, you had like a unit like Janna, you could give her a Rabadon. Rabadon would only give AP, and then you would get like really big shields. And that was it, right? Like you had an AP item on a support unit and you get a big support effect. That's how TFT used to work in the past, but now Rabadon needs to have damage amp, and Janna needs to have damage. Like she needs to have something that deals damage. She can never be pure utility. So the only utility units we actually have, they're like 30 to 50% utility and the rest is damage. I mean, like, the way it kind of worked is like we used to do stuff like chalice stacking on support units and then just put them together in the backline, you know, like triple chalice. Like, there was a really insane... I feel like what kind of kicked this off was Joy. Janna, Yuumi, Orianna. There was like a triple combo in set 6 with chalice stacking in the backline. And it was so incredibly good that almost every comp needed to run Joy to support their team. And Riot, I think Riot really hated that. That like Joy, like the whole like chalice stacking and utility unit stuff. I thought it was awesome. I love Joy. But yeah. Yeah, so from the looks of it, Vi can give you 1 gold, 2 gold, or in some cases an item component. Still very, very nice though. That gold is bothering me. Yeah, I know. I will catch on. Don't worry. Don't worry. I do catch on later that it's not collecting. And you will see me visit a lot of boards to pick up the gold and stuff. I mean, like, in the past we actually had some really crazy utility legendaries. A really famous example is Janna from set 3. She threw out a bunch of tornadoes that pretty much hit everybody. Allies that got hit got attack speed. Enemies that got hit got knocked up. And Janna had a trait that transformed your physical damage into magic damage and your Star Guardian damage into true damage. I think that's how it went. That was actually kind of wild. Like, that Janna was really cool. Your opponents must be confused? Yeah, a bit.
Boom, baby.
I think here I realized, right? It's like, why are there gold coins on the board? I hope I...
Here comes the punchline.
Okay, stop paying attention to the shop. Guys, oh yeah, I think I realize now. I think I realize, oh shit, there's gold coins and it's not auto-collect. So it took me until 3.5 to realize. That's okay. It's only half the game. Do you have higher hopes for the set? Yes. This set is not gonna be like set 14. It's gonna be much better. I am optimistic. I would say the most divisive thing seems to be the art style, but for me it's fine because I'm not bothered by it. So for me it's fine. The art style is perfectly fine for me.
What you say about my mama?
Set 10 Sona was, yeah, you can argue she was full utility. I mean, the green Sona was healing and big shield, so yeah. Green Sona definitely counts as pure utility.
Victory awaits.
I mean, there is the argument to be made that the base board just doesn't look that well. Oh, look, gold. Oh yeah, now I definitely caught on. Now I'm like, oh god, I have to scout everyone now. Yeah, Crystal Gambit is very similar to Heartsteel. It's not exact. It's not an exact copy, but it is similar. Hey, yeah, Kobuku is back. He's a mentor bruiser. Depends on the balance. Actually, for me, it doesn't depend on the balance because I don't care that much about balance because I'm not a competitive player. So for me, balance is actually not something I'm particularly interested in. I care much more about having cool interactions, and the set mechanic allows for that. There's a lot of cool interactions with the set mechanic. You can play 5 Conqueror in a win streak, yes, if you want. But the cash outs were really shit. I don't know. It's like I think I'm gonna be playing 5 Crystal Gambit here in this game, and I thought the cash out was terrible. The Vi Hero Augment was like way better. Guys, it doesn't matter. Pinning a message does not matter. Nobody will read it. Nice prismatic orb, I guess. I have 130 gold. I actually remember in this game, I was like, should I just level? And I'm like, no, I want Vi 3-star. But I'm like, man, I have like 130 gold. I should totally just use this gold to level. It's like, but no, I want Vi 3-star. Give me Vi 3-star. Oh yeah, I guess wait, the prismatic orb can't give support anvils anymore. That's actually new as well. So they probably... I don't think that cash out existed, did it? Pure gold prismatic orb? I think that's a new cash out. Unless I'm mistaken, but...
I choose this fight.
But yeah, this one was a lot of fun to play. I would totally click on this Hero Augment again. I really like that one. Yeah, I already showcased Isekai. I had a really fun echo with Mana Zane and Dawncore. Yeah, Find Your Center is nice, but I have Spectral, so I don't want to use it. Second Wind is pretty good here. Is something I actually haven't shown yet. There's a cool new augment type that I'm gonna have to investigate a bit. There's a silver augment that says gain a random silver augment and gain gold.
Boom, baby.
And this also exists for gold and for prismatic. Now I'm actually really interested in this because I wanna know how random is random. How random is random really? Like, can you get an augment twice? Can you get an impossible augment that you normally wouldn't be able to get? Like, I'm gonna have to do a lot of testing with that augment because it's like a completely new augment type. What does the Battle Academia emblem do? What does it do? It gives you like damage amp for the amount of potential that Battle Academia get. So it's just a bunch of damage amp, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, Udia is really strong. Probably gonna get nerfed on the PBE. But yeah, I think before we judge the art style too much, we have to see it on different boards, I think. Because this art style might actually look a lot better on beta boards and not on the basic board. Who's the rank of the set? I mean, there's we have a tier 4 Akali, but she's kind of like a KDA Akali reprint. Do we have any jump units? I'm trying to remember. We don't have that many, I think. Oh yeah, I guess Katarina's a jump unit, true. Katarina has like a teleport thingy. Yeah, right. Katarina counts. I mean, Yona also has some backline access, I guess. No, she's a bit different to set 6. I think she only blinks once. I think the other Katarinas could reset blink. Why haven't I used the second fruit? I think I'm gonna use it now.
Now for the finish!
Stand and fight.
Honestly, I probably forgot about it. Usually I paid attention to the fruits, but in this game I was kind of a little bit out of it.
Mundo's pain always at 0.
Yeah, now I remember. Shield is combat and a nearby ally. On death, summon training dummies with same items. This is a really cool one, by the way. This one I think has potential. Because, hear me out, okay? There is... I think you can do shenanigans with this power-up. You get 2 dummies with the same items, and I think, like, artifacts should count as well. And maybe you can do some shenanigans with Trickster Glass and the Augment, or just Trenchcoat, right? I feel like if you have Trenchcoat with this Augment, you spawn 2 dummies and both dummies have Trenchcoat. Would it fizzle? Maybe the dummy would fizzle on the Trenchcoat. I don't know if you get 3. This is something I have to test. I have to test if the dummies could split into 3. So yeah, this is something I wanna test. But this is a really interesting power-up. Like getting 2 dummies with items, yeah, there's some shenanigans you could do. Am I playing test server now? This is recorded gameplay from a playtest, a streamer playtest. Have I seen Yono 3? Yeah, I actually saw the clip on TFT Clips. Looked cool. I've seen Lee Sin 3 like against me. And I've seen the Yono 3 clip. I don't think I've seen any other freestyle legendaries yet. It was kind of hard to get them. I did have a game with 8 Zyras and I did have a game with 8 Twisted Fates. So I got close twice, but never could find that final copy. But I will get all of them, I'm not worried. Yeah, Vi is actually, I don't think she qualifies as a tech fighter, right? So a Spectral Vi, if she gets focused, does not gain mana from damage taken. But one important change is that units overall have lower mana cost. See, the thing is like, there's no more blue buff mana reduction, and there's no more mana from damage taken. So a lot of units have like 40 or 50 base mana now. You can really tell the difference, which means that a lot of like these attack fighters, on average, they have to like auto attack 4 times to ult. Is it possible to get Bilge Pointer board on the weekly shop? I don't know. That is not a question I can answer. I have no idea. But yeah, overall, I really like this Vi hero. Very strong. Would recommend. Lots of gold. Like, she printed a crazy amount of gold this game already. I mean, Spectral does help, not gonna lie. The Spectral was definitely very useful. Oh, I think we get to see a bit of Braum here, right? Please tell me I play Braum this game. Please?
I love a challenge.
Be ready.
Okay, I guess I'm not playing Braum. I should play him though. He's fun. All hero augments feel reliable descent? Nah, not. I don't know. Some of them were a bit iffy, but time to go cat hunting. 1,700 base damage on the Vi ult. Holy moly! Oh yeah, I think this orb that you just saw, this was 5 crystal, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, the gold. Okay, one sec. There should be an orb on my... Okay, wait, it was his orb? Ah, whatever. No, this is the orb. So this was 2 gold. See, this is the type of loot you can expect from 5 crystal. Okay, so now it says every 18 kills. 18 is a big number. Killing 18 units is a lot. So let's see what kind of loot I get for killing 18 units. I mean, killing 18 units in late game, that's like winning 2 fights in late game. That's a pretty harsh condition. It ramps up? No, it works more like 5 family. It doesn't go higher, higher, higher. It doesn't work like that. It's closer to 5 family with the point system, where it's like big, it goes like 18, 6, 8, 6, something like this, right? It doesn't go higher and higher. It kind of just chooses a random. I think it even says in the trade that it's a random number. Titans looks like QSS on steroid. So, I mean, QSS I think is an exclusive backline item now. There's a lot of units that actually want QSS, Kale being one of them. But yeah, QSS in the front line is dead. You always do Titans in the front line now. Okay, so this was, I don't know, a little bit of gold from... This was, but this was not the 5 gambit, this was the 3 gambit thing. It was like 90 points. No, it showed the progress. It showed 4 out of 18 kills, I think. Is it a D20 roll? Maybe? I'm not sure. Okay, that Vi is so strong, holy moly. Okay, so 2 golds and 3 Shens, if I see this right. Wait, did my Shen on the board upgrade?
I am sorry.
Wait, what? It looked like something upgraded on my board. Did I have a Shen on board? No, right? That was weird. It looked like something on my board upgraded, to be honest, but yeah. I don't know. So this was a 2-star tier 2 unit and 2 gold. But again, this is it's not that much. I mean, it's nice, it's a bit of gold, right? But it's like, this is not Conqueror. I don't like the comparison to Conqueror, because Conqueror was like, oh, I'm getting some really big loot now. Like, you know, it's like going deep enough into Conqueror was like, I'm getting some game-changing loot. This is like, I get a bit of gold. So overall 5 crystal, I don't know, man. Like this Vi hero is, look at this Vi hero. Like, I'm gonna print you like 8 gold per round. Okay, maybe a bit less, but... And I think I just had a low number because you could see a gold orb flying. And I think this gold orb that flew in my board. Yeah, see, this is another 5 crystal and it's 2 gold again. So as you can see, 5 crystal, it's not a trade I can particularly recommend at the moment. Right, I feel like crystal, the 3 piece is fine. The 7 piece is definitely fine, but the 5 piece is a bit underwhelming, I would say. No, the 2 gold is like a 6 kill. Killing 6 units gives you like 2 gold, I'm pretty sure. The 18 kill was the Shen 2-star thing.
Look at that face.
How do you utilize double down mechanic of Crystal Gambit? I mean, it's just Heartsteel, it's raise the stakes Heartsteel. So what you can do is pretty much you win streak 4 rounds with 3 crystal, you double down, and then you lose streak 4 rounds. And that gives you, I think you can reach 300 points, if I'm not mistaken. I have to check, but I think it was around 300 points. And that gives you like a cash out that's like 60 gold worth or something. And that's like the most average use of 3 crystal. If you open with an emblem, you can try to go for like 7 crystal, but you need to high roll Zyra or a second emblem, so that's kind of difficult. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. For 5 crystal, I don't know yet. 5 crystal, it doesn't give you any combat buff. And do you really care about a trade that occasionally gives you 2 gold in late game? Like, I don't think you... Like, you play a lot of weak units to get that, right? There's like a Zindra 2... There's too many bad units on my board to justify this trade. So that's another gold orb from... The blue orb was Twisted Fate. That's 4 gold, I think. The blue... the duplicator was from Twisted Fate, I know that. But yeah, the orb gave me like 3 or 4 gold. So yeah, it's not terrible, but also... It's far away from something like Conqueror.
No fighting destiny.
I mean, Crystal Gambit is like 80% Heartsteel. I would say one big difference is that when we played set 10, Heartsteel was a lot about getting the emblem. It was a lot about getting 7 Heartsteel in stage 4. And Heartsteel in stage 2 really did not matter much. For Crystal, I don't think it's that similar because like... The 5 piece is so whatever, and it doesn't give you any bonus points. That it doesn't really feel like, and the 7 piece is really hard. That's like emblem plus legendary. The whole thing about 7 Heartsteel was, if you have the emblem, you don't have to find Kayn. That was the important thing, right? Oh, this is 2-star Katarina, so yeah.
Armed, I'm sure.
I think we've pretty much seen what 5 Gambit had to offer. It gives you 2, 3 gold, whatever, and occasionally you get a high quest with like 18 kills, and it gives you a 2-star T2 unit. But yeah, so I feel like one of the big differences is that Heartsteel was almost never played as a 3-piece. Heartsteel was much more reliant on the 5-piece and the 7-piece. Whereas Crystal Gambit, I think the 3-piece is much more important. That's my that's my assumption, but I don't know. Oh, this guy has a really scary Kale. Kale is a 1-cost, by the way. She's a 1-cost, but she has nice items. Oh yeah, I think I actually I cheesed something there, right? I think I activated the Colossal later. Yeah, so that's a small bug abuse, just a small one. So what's gonna happen now is that one of my units is going to teleport to the bench to correct my bug abusing. But technically you can cheese Colossus for 1 round if you want. All you have to do is you have to, you need to do the fruit on the frontliner in the planning phase, and then select Colossus once the planning phase is over. And see right now the Leona, you can see the Leona went on my board. Or was it Leona? Ah, whatever.
Victory calls.
But yeah, so you can cheese Colossus for 1 round, but it will correct itself. But it's a neat little trick that you can do. This could be like a strat for late game, you know, like if you know it's like the last fight or whatever, you can try to cheese 1 fight with Colossus, maybe. It was the previous fight, Zyra got sent to the bench. Got my timelines mixed up. Am I a fan of the set mechanic? Yes, I'm a big fan of the set mechanic. I think it's a very good set mechanic. Also, this Lee is kind of lit. Holy moly.
Our seasons are
And so much gold.
my spring, your
So much gold.
If they insist on a fight, I will oblige them.
Like the intended way for Riot, I would say to do 5 Crystal Gambit is either full win streak for bonus loot, or you do or you actually play lose streak, but you try to kill units in the lose streak to save HP and to get more gold from 5 Crystal. But yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Oh yeah, here I actually tested something. I tested if the Colossal unit would auto move in, but it didn't. So yeah, I'm still trying to bug abuse. But that one didn't work. So yeah, the Lee on the very left is the Lee with my items with Colossus, but the Lee on the right was auto move because it was like, oh, most left unit is invalid, so I'm gonna take one more to the right. But I'm actually fine with this because I'm intentionally prolonging the game, trying to get a 3-star legendary here. Because I have like 6 Twisted Fates. It's a playtest, I know, like I shouldn't feel like, listen, bug abusing during PvE server is fair game, okay? That's what the PvE is for. Because you want people to bug abuse before ranked. That's the dealio, okay? So if somebody does like an infinite casting Gangplank on the PvE server, that's fine. But if people do it in ranked, that's lame.
Our seasons are reversed. My spring. Your
So yeah, I have, I really should have just sold my board earlier. I don't give myself enough time and I have to roll on ping, which is, yeah, I just don't have time. I'm just looking if I can get Lee or Twisted Fate 3. Probably should have sold the Vi first, but whatever. I should have just sold everything except Vi and Lee. Because now I still have 20 gold, but I'm running out of time. And now I'm dead because it's 11 HP. So what I should have done is just immediately sell everyone except except Lee and TF and then just roll really hard. What is the level 10 Kale, by the way? The Final Ascension Kale? To get the triple thing, you need the power-up for that, though. It's a really cool one, though. Yeah, I skipped one TF, I know, but it was too late anyway. I didn't have the time. Okie dokie, that concludes my games for today. I have more games. I have more games to show to you tomorrow and on Tuesday. But for today, I'm done because it's kind of late here and I want to go to sleep soon. And also, voicing over my own games is really exhausting. But yeah. Let me actually see. I probably want to raid somebody. 1 sec. Let's see who is currently there. So yeah, tomorrow I think I'm gonna stream like, I don't know, at like 12 PM my time or something. Let's see who is online. I guess I'll just send you to Bloody, right? She's also, yeah, she's also doing, I'll just send you to Bloody. She's also doing game review, playtest stuff. Okay. Sending you over. Hope you guys have fun. Have a nice evening. See you guys tomorrow for more set 15 content and also a little bit of theory crafting and whatnot. So yeah, hope you guys had fun. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.